It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
And welcome to the high school football pregame show, streaming live right here on the Q92 Sports Network, live from Memorial Stadium in North Canton. It's a big-time Federal League matchup between the Hoover Vikings and the Perry Panthers. Hi there, everybody. Alongside my friend and partner, Robert Coleman, my name is Matt Corrali. Robert, Hoover is having a heck of a year, 6-1 through their first 7 games, 2-1 in the Federal League. They were tied for second in the Fed with Lake and Jackson. They were coming off a tough 1-point loss to the leaders in the Federal League in the McKinley Bulldogs by a score of 21-20. A missed extra point ended up proving to be the difference, but this is a team that played really tough. They forced 2 turnovers in the final 3 minutes and didn't allow a play over 19 yards defensively.
Yeah, this Hoover team, as I said, they're definitely a gritty team. It was down to 1 point last week, too. So they're definitely pulling in here, and this team definitely knows how to play.
Now for Perry, they come in, like we mentioned, 4-3 overall through 7 games. They're 1-2, however, in league play. That's good enough for sole possession, of 5th place in the Federal League. They are coming off another tough loss, just 1 possession, 14-7 versus Austintown Fitch. The lone touchdown came from a 50-yard pick six from Jonathan Lemon. The defense held a really dynamic Fitch offense to just 222 yards collectively as an offensive unit. The only problem was on offense. For Perry, they only converted on just 8. They only got 8 first downs, and were outgained just under 70 yards offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this Perry team, they're in the first year of this new head coach. I mean, they're doing okay from what I can tell here. I've seen definitely a lot of Perry games in my life. They definitely know how to stick it in there. I mean, they've definitely pulled in through from, I forget who the one guy was who left from Minerva.
That's Zach Slates.
Yeah, Zach Slates. I mean, they had those years, but they had also the Wakefield years, which not a lot of them were exactly good years, but he was a great guy and a great coach, and the team's not being good that year wasn't on his fault. It was mostly just the crop of kids you got coming in.
Yep, longtime coach. He has a stadium named after him over at Perry. That coach that Robert was talking about is Spencer Leno. Over 500 through the first 7 games. A good start, especially for your first year of coaching, as he comes over from Massillon, where he was most recently the defensive coordinator and inside linebackers coach since 2018, and a part of that 2023 team that won the D2 state title. We'll step aside, but when we come back, we have 6 other games streaming across the Q92 Sports Network, and we'll highlight them all in our game previews. You're listening to the high school football pregame show, streaming live right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classic going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football pregame show on the Q92 Sports Network. It's now the time to dive into our game previews. It's the 6 other games that you can hear right here on our YouTube channel, and we'll start things off just up the road in Plain Township as the Glen Oak Golden Eagles trying to get another win, taking on the Jackson Polar Bears. And with more, here's Ryan Keller.
It's week 8 of high school football on the Q92 Sports Network as we inch closer and closer to postseason play. Tonight, we are at Bob Cummings Field in Plain Township for a Federal League matchup between the 4-2, 2-1 Jackson Polar Bears and the 1-6, 0-4 in the Federal League Glen Oak Golden Eagles. For the Jackson Polar Bears, coming off of a thrilling 40-37 win against undefeated Lake, the season seems to have turned a corner. Jackson is now 4-3, winning 3 of their last 4 games and currently sitting 6th in the Division I Region I computer rankings. Senior quarterback Lucas Eckerman is questionable for tonight's matchup, having suffered a concussion and missing last week. But the offense hasn't missed the step, with junior quarterback Carter Mulliman stepping in last week, throwing for over 300 yards. Senior running back Corey Jacobs has been a tear, rushing for over 100 yards in each of his last 5 games. And last week, with 198 total yards from scrimmage and 3 touchdowns. It's been a tough season so far for the Glen Oak Golden Eagles, sitting at 1-6 and 16th in Division I Region I computer rankings. However, a win over Jackson could propel them into that last playoff spot in Division I Region I. Glen Oak has their own offensive weapon in senior Javion McClendon, who exploded for 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns last week. Jackson has won 8 of the last 9 meetings with Glen Oak and lead the all-time series 29-20-1, and the Golden Eagles have lost 10 straight league games and are 2-15 overall in the last 2 seasons. Join me, Ryan Keller, and my broadcast partner, Antonio Hall. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock on Q92radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel. From Bob Cummings Field, Ryan Keller, Q92 Sports.
All right, Ryan, thank you very much. Now let's send things over to Green as the Bulldogs, who are coming off of a win for the first time since week 3, are welcoming in a very talented team in the 5-2 Louisville Leopards. With more, as he will be out at Bulldog Stadium for that call, here's our own Jay Wilhelm. Jay?
Good evening, everyone. We are on to week 8 of this Ohio high school football season on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. I'm Jay Wilhelm, live inside Memorial Stadium in Green, as the Green Bulldogs welcome in the Louisville Leopards in this big-time matchup. Louisville is coming into tonight's game with a 5-2 record. They have lost 2 of their last 3 ball games, but both of those losses have come to very, very good football teams in the North Canton Hoover Vikings in week 5 and the undefeated Canfield Cardinals last week in front of their home crowd. The Leopards will look to get back into the win column here tonight against a very talented Green team. The Green Bulldogs sit at 2-5, 1-3 in conference play. But let me tell you, folks, this team is a lot better than their record shows. 4 of those 5 losses were by 7 points or less. Last week was their breakout game when they dominated Federal League foe, the Glen Oak Golden Eagles, by a final score of 51-20. They will look to put together back-to-back wins for the first time this season in front of their home crowd. Join myself and my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, on Q92radiosports.com as kickoff is currently scheduled for 7 p.m. Live from Memorial Stadium in Green, I'm Jay Wilhelm with the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, Jay, looking forward to it. Thank you very much. We will step aside, but when we come back, 2 more game previews for you right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football pregame show. It's now time to dive back into our game previews that you can also hear on the network as we send things out to Canal Fulton. It's the home of the Northwest Indians, and our own Mike Dixon is there as he has the call between the Tribe and the Tuslaw Mustangs in a fun Pac-7 matchup. Mike, take it away.
Live from Canal Fulton at Northwest High School, Week 8 kicks off the OHSAA football season. Tonight we have a Pac-7 matchup of Tuslaw Mustangs against the Northwest Indians. Tuslaw Mustangs come into Week 8 sitting at 3-4 on the season and 0-3 in the Pac-7. The Mustangs snapped a 3-game losing streak last week by taking down undefeated Toronto on the road 33-12. Tuslaw's offensive production this season has come from QB Ethan Howler, has 504 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 470 rushing yards, and 7 rushing touchdowns. Running back Nathan Eberhardt has 490 rushing yards, and wide receiver Parker Reinhardt has 18 receptions, 194 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Northwest Indians are 4-2 overall and 3-0 in the Pac-7, and coming off a Week 7 victory over Orville 28-14 at home. QB Brandon Venables had 102 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 INT. Really sparking the offense for Northwest last week was a 3 running back tandem led by Joey Medor, who had 114 yards and 1 touchdown. Kellen Renford had 85 yards and 1 touchdown, and Jacob Garber had 45 yards. Logan Allman led the team in receiving with 102 yards on 6 catches and a touchdown. But the big play that sparked Northwest was a pick 6 by Devin Simon, returned 70 yards to get Northwest rolling and on the board. The Pac-7 matchup is set to kick off. Myself, Mike Dixon, and Ryan Rowland will bring you all the action tonight from Northwest Ohio. For Q92 Sports Network, presented by Charchon Chevrolet.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Now let's send things out to Marlington as our own Kirsten Bigglesworth is there on hand for a EBC showdown between the Dukes and the Minerva Lions.
Coming to you live from Marlington High School, where tonight we have an EBC matchup for you as the Minerva Lions are set to take on the Marlington Dukes. The Minerva Lions are enjoying one of their best football seasons in recent memory, at one point riding a 4-game winning streak. However, since EBC play began, The Lions are 0-2 and still searching for that first conference win of 2025. Coach Slate's Lions will be in town tonight with one thing in mind: running the ball and controlling the clock. They've done almost all their damage this season on the ground, running the ball 361 times this season for over 2,300 yards so far. And they'll be led by their freshman quarterback, Cannon Kirkpatrick, and senior running back, Nathaniel Linkus. The Marlington Dukes come into tonight's game with a 3-4 record and also looking for their first conference win of the season. And they're also led by a freshman quarterback, Tyler Walder, who's completed 84 of 140 attempts this season for over 1,100 yards passing and 9 touchdowns. However, he's also thrown 8 interceptions. His main target, junior wide receiver Cameron Evanich, who has 30 catches for 571 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns this season, and has also rushed for over 100 yards and 6 touchdowns on the ground. 2 young teams, 2 freshman quarterbacks, but only one can get their first EBC victory of the season tonight. It's Minerva and Marlington, and you can hear it right here on the Q92 Sports Network. I'm Christian Bigglesworth for Q92 Sports.
All right, Christian, thank you so much. When we come back, we have 2 gigantic matchups to preview that will air right here on the Q92 Sports Network, including games that could see teams take the lead in the EBC and Federal League, respectively. We'll have previews for that on the other side of this break. You're listening to the High School Football Pregame Show on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
The weather might be getting cooler, but Tasty Cream on Navarre Road is just heating up. Open all year, Tasty Cream is ready to serve you fresh-made specialty burgers, Stark County's best conies, deep-fried mushrooms, crispy French fries, and so much more. To top it off, their ice cream selection continues to grow. Special flurries, homemade root beer floats, amazing brownie sundaes, and over 20 flavors of hand-dipped ice cream. Order online at tastycream.com or check out their Facebook and Instagram pages for events happening each month.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back, everybody, inside Memorial Stadium for the high school football pregame show on the Q92 Sports Network. Let's get back into our game previews and to the matchup that you can also hear on AM 1310 WDPN. Here's Sam Berkwin with the call for the rights to first place in the Eastern Buckeye Conference between Alliance and West Branch.
Well, one of the most highly anticipated games in the high school football scene tonight, coming up from Clinton Heacock Stadium in Beloit tonight. The host West Branch Warriors will welcome in the Alliance Aviators. Kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight, coming up on AM 1310 WDPN. Myself, Sam Berkwin, and Caleb Norick with the call. Both teams passed their test a week ago. Alliance got by a scrappy Carrollton team, while West Branch took care of Marlington. The Aviators come in with a record of 6-1, 2-0 in the ABC. Likewise, West Branch 6-1, perfect in the Eastern Buckeye at 2-0. The scoreboard operator might go crazy tonight. There could be that many points on the board between these two high-powered, explosive offensive teams. Let's look at Alliance. Look no further than J.R. Jackson. 1,757 yards in the air, 16 touchdowns. He's run for almost 500 yards on the season. Meanwhile, Jeremiah Thomas, very, very good player. 43 catches this year, almost 700 yards, and it's the quarterback, Grady Hurst, getting the job done. Over 1,600 yards and 18 touchdowns, and oh, by the way, only one interception. The points are going to be flying. There is talent all over the field. Tremendous coaching. It's going to be a packed house. The weather is great. You couldn't ask for much more in Week 8 of the high school football season. Don't miss a play. 6-1 Alliance, 6-1 West Branch coming up tonight. Kickoff at 7 on AM 1310 WDPN. I'm Sam Berkman.
All right, Sam, we can't wait to follow along with that one. And now for our Q92 Game of the Week out at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton. Here's Clint Scroggs for the matchup for first place in the Federal League. It's Lake and McKinley.
Lake visits McKinley in a battle for the lead in the Federal League. The Blue Streaks suffered their first loss 40-37 to Jackson in a game which saw them give up 303 yards passing to junior quarterback Carter Mulliman and 151 yards rushing to running back Corey Jacobs. Lake quarterback Alex Quire threw for 2 scores and 270 yards. Chase Fuller caught 5 balls for 114 and both touchdowns. He also ran for a score. Davis Matson ran for 2 touchdowns. Quire has thrown for 1,254 yards and 12 scores, while Matson has run for 565 and 6 TDs. McKinley moved to 6-1 as they sweated out a 21-20 win over Hoover, in which the Vikings missed what would have been the tying extra point. The Bulldogs turned over the ball twice in the last 2 minutes, but held Hoover on downs the second time to secure the victory. The Federal League's leading rusher is sophomore Kylan West with his 844 yards and 7 touchdowns. He averages 6.5 yards a carry. He had 114 yards and a touchdown last week. Quarterback Trent Hayden threw for 149 yards and a score. Darius Hill ran back a punt, 67 yards for a touchdown. McKinley can clinch at least a share of their 4th straight Federal League title with a win. Lake, Hoover, and Jackson are all a game behind. The Bulldogs have beaten the Blue Streaks 10 straight times and lead the all-time series 17-4. Lots on the line at Tom Benson Stadium as McKinley hosts Lake. I'm Clint Scroggs for the Q92 Sports Network.
Thank you, Clint. And fans, as another reminder, you can listen to all of those games that we highlighted right here on the Q92 Sports Network. We'll take another break, but before we do that, Robert spoke with both coaches before tonight's game, and then we will have our final thoughts before kickoff from North Canton. You're listening to the High School Football Pregame Show, streaming live right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
Welcome back, everybody, inside Memorial Stadium in North Canton for the high school football pregame show. I'm Matt Corrali. Well, let's now dive into our coach's corner as Robert spoke with both head coaches before kickoff. Let's start with the visitors. Here's Spencer Leno of Perry.
Let's go. This is Q92 Sports with Perry's head coach, Spencer Lenon. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Coach, you've been having a good first season. Tell me how you're feeling, and tell me about this team's speed.
Yeah, I think our kids they continue to fight. I'm happy with our teams. Yeah, I think we have some speed. I'm extremely happy with our physicality and what we've shown on that end of things, and just our kids kind of are a no quit attitude.
Coach, Cameron Trihern is a tremendous athlete. What makes him so dynamic?
Yeah, he's a kid who works really hard. He studies a lot of film. He takes practice very serious. Every rep during practice is extremely serious for him, and that's why he continues to get better this season.
Also, Jonathan Lennon is a tremendous athlete too. What makes him dynamic also?
Yeah, he's an explosive running back. And he plays corner for us as well. So he's explosive on both sides of the ball, and he has the ability to get second level with some breakaway speed on his feet.
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you again sometime soon.
All right, and now here is the man that's leading the Hoover Vikings in front of their home faithful. It's Brian Baum.
This is Q92 Sports with Hoover's head coach, Brian Brunn. Coach, gritty game last week. What did you learn about your team, and what did you work on in practice? And tell me about this team's grit.
We got a lot of grit. Our team doesn't give up. You saw that in the fourth quarter last week, and we kept plugging away. So, they had opportunities to put us away, and our guys were resilient. They wouldn't let that happen. I expect our guys to continue stepping up and playing ball. And you say the word grit. They do have some grit. We got guys in the O&D line that are really getting out there. And, we're a little banged up, but they're out there fighting every day in practice to get better.
Coach, you've had a lot of injuries this year. How have you been dealing with that?
Hey, one day at a time. We got to practice who's ready and rock and rolling, and play who's ready. And our guys doing a good job playing through some things. There's bumps and bruises that they're fighting through. They want to be out there. So it's like I said, it's just getting guys ready, and our training staff's doing a great job. Chase
Lickens is a tremendous athlete. What makes him so dynamic?
Yeah, he's a fast athlete. Lickens is a good kid, and works hard. He comes from people. I think 3 generations have played here now. It means a lot to him, and he does a great job out there. But his instincts and his speed do him well at linebacker.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you again sometime soon.
All right, and that was the Coach's Corner with Robert Coleman speaking with both Spencer Leno of Perry and Brian Baum of Hoover. Both teams have now taken the field. Hoover in their typical home uniforms, black jerseys, black pants with white numbering and orange trim. And for Perry, their typical road uniforms. They are in whiteout. It's a white jersey with a white pant and then black lettering and numbering, black helmets with a white P on each side. And for Hoover, the orange helmets with no logo on either side with a white rectangle right down the middle, and inside that rectangle, a black stripe that has been so synonymous with this school's identity, this community's identity, and especially when you have 2 teams, Robert, that aren't separated by just about, a 20-minute drive? That makes it that much better.
Yeah, pretty much. I've driven around Stark County enough, so trust me, I know it.
All right, well, we will step aside as the Hoover Marching Band performs our national anthem. was the Hoover Marching Band performing our national anthem right before we kick things away here at Memorial Stadium in North Canton. We'll step aside 10 seconds here on the Q92 Sports Network.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Perry and Hoover. Hard to believe it's week 8 already of the high school football season, Robert, but I know you have some keys to tonight's game and a big-time Federal League matchup. What do you have for us?
For Perry, it's have a vertical passing attack and watch out for Hoover's defense. For Hoover, it's make this about every player on the team. You've dealt with a lot of injuries this year, and other players have stepped up to fill the gap. So you need to make this about every player on the team. Every player on the team will be responsible for a Hoover win if they win tonight.
All right. Well, Perry won the toss, or Hoover won the toss, and they have deferred. So the Panthers will get the ball to start things off. The senior David Wadley will put the ball on the tee for the Vikings. Back deep for the Panthers is Jonathan Lemon on the right, and on the left side is Nasir Foster. I beg your pardon, we actually have a correction on the kicker for Hoover. That is going to be sophomore number 93, Joey Reidinger. As always this season, it's time for the regional EMS opening kickoff. Reidinger's ready. He approaches the football, and it's time for football here in North Canton, Ohio. As the kick is away, it will go at around the 2-yard line into Nasir Foster. Foster left side. He will be tackled down no further than the 18-yard line on a return that'll go for 16 yards on the opening kickoff. Perry going right to left to begin our ball game as they will be led out there by their quarterback, sophomore Cameron Treharn. 855 yards through the air through the first 7 games, 56% passing, 4 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. They come out with a wide receiver on each side look. Treharn in the shotgun, takes the snap. It's a jet touch pass to the right, and he will throw it down the sideline for a man. It's incomplete. Oh, what an attempt by Nasir Foster, who got it on the right. He launched it deep down the right sideline for Treharn, but it was just overthrown as he had to step on his man downfield. But gosh, Treharn dived for it. A great attempt, but all in all, it fell incomplete.
That's one of those plays where you're moments away from being able to catch it, just moments.
So instead, they'll try to make a moment out of this play here early on 2nd and 10. Treharn in the shotgun, one receiver out wide left, and one to the right. Now they send a couple of men in motion to the right. Hoover shows blitz. They send him, and it's going to be a run of about what looks to be 7 yards to the 25-yard line by Connor Shepard, their senior running back.
Number 8, only house on the carry. Tackle was made by
I beg your
It's 3rd down.
pardon. That sounded like it was number 8, Cole Niehaus. Zagura on the stop. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3. 11-13 and counting left to go. Treharn in the shotgun. Quick throw. Right side pass is caught. This is number 17, Nasir Foster, trying to get away at the 25, and he will be stopped by a number of Vikings on that play. He did get a yard to the 26. It'll bring up a 4th and 2, but Robert, the punting unit, is coming out for the Panthers as Perry goes 3 and out to begin our ball game.
Yeah, the Hoover defense kind of had him shackled by his feet, but he did about the best he could.
So on to return here for Hoover is junior Brady Hassan, along with another return man. We just don't quite have a number yet. And their punter is out there as he catches it and boots it away. That's number 6, Seth Green, doing the honors and punting it out of bounds along the Hoover sideline to the right. And we'll wait for a spot as that was just a shank. I believe they're going to have him down into Perry territory at the Panther 32. So just went off the wrong side of the foot, and that might help the Vikings in terms of offense, especially when you have them as this dynamic as they are in plus territory.
Yeah, you got to watch out for mistakes like this.
So a hobbled up Vikings team will have John Collins in the shotgun. Collins still dealing with that ankle injury that he suffered week 5 against Louisville, trying to get some mobility back. They now have a back there in the backfield. They hand it off to number 13 and Michael Lamelin. As his first carry of the night will go down at the 30. It'll be a gain of 2 and a 2nd down and 8. They're actually going to give him the 31, so give him a yard more. It's 2nd and 7. Lamelin, last week against McKinley, with Collins somewhat heebled and hobbled and Jack Andis leaving the game in the first half due to an injury. As we'll let this play out. 2nd and 7. Collins lets it rip over the middle, caught at the 20-yard line. The catch is made. That looks to be Jack Andis on the grab. Tackled from behind by Jonathan Lemon. But the Vikings are in our RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. Robert, first down Vikings from the 20.
He had a perfect catch there, but I almost flinched.
That was a big hit delivered by Lemon. One receiver left, trips right. Here's Collins in the shotgun. He'll fake it. Throw over the middle. It's Andes. 15-10. Breaks a tackle 5. Jack Andes is in. Touchdown, Vikings.
Yeah, Louisville's definitely paying for that mistake in the punt return.
3-play drive for the Vikings. And they get out in front first 6-0 with 9:32 left to go in the opening quarter. So David Wadley's on to try the PAT. To hold it is number 88 in Aiden Kavanaugh. And to snap will be number 56, Jasper Wrights. And we have a whistle from the side judge here on the far side towards the left. And apparently one of the Vikings has to go out. He mentioned toward number 26, Jackson Gaskell. All right. In case you didn't hear our official, he said that Gaskell wasn't wearing a mouthpiece, and per OHSAA rule, he has to sit out of a play. 6-0 our score. On to try the extra point is David Wadley. He gives a thumbs up, and here's a snap. It's a good one. Hold is down, kick on the way, and the kick is good. 9:32 left to go in the first. It's the Vikings 7 and the Panthers nothing. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by our friends at the Sarshone Auto Group.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
This is head coach Brian Baum from the North Canton Hoover Vikings football team. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
3 plays, 32-yard opening drive touchdown for the Vikings, capped off by a 20-yard John Collins to Jack Andes connection. And those were the two guys that really came in banged up, Robert, but they seem healthy here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. This is a team that's faced a lot of injuries this year.
Here's the kick from Ridinger. It'll go in the end zone for a touchback, and the Panthers will come out 1st and 10. So a 3-and-out to start the drive. They had a little bit of run, a mix of pass. What do you think just needs to change from the first half from that first drive, compared to this one here to start off?
Well, Perry's definitely going to have to make sure they're on their defense. In my opinion, Hoover has a great defense. They got a lot of grit. They're going to have to make sure they're covering it so they don't have people being shackled around by their ankles, metaphorically.
So on the 20-yard line, 2 receivers left, 1 right. In the shotgun is Treharn. He'll give it on a handoff, and this is Lemon breaking out of a few tackles past the 25 to about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line, but hold everything. We do have a penalty that comes in the backfield, and it'll be holding against the Panthers. Still waiting to get a number here.
Number 9, Chase Luke, holding, offense, number 54, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So they're going to get Mason Heil, a junior 6-foot lineman, 232 pounds. And this is a big front for Perry, but like you mentioned, Robert, this is a defense that is tough, and it's led by linebacker Carter Lukens. He's one of the best in the county, 101 total tackles, team leader, 69 solo, team leader, 16 tackles for loss, team and area leader.
Yeah, they got a lot of real big guys in Perry who know how to tackle, know how to defend.
1st and 20 from the 10. They'll give it on a handoff to that looks to be Lemon at the 15-yard line. And it is. It'll be a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 15. 8:57 and counting left to go here in quarter number 1. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you on set at Memorial Stadium in North Canton. That sees the Vikings after a 3-and-out. That was well defended on their part. Only took 3 plays for them to score, and now the Panthers have a 2nd and 15 as Treharn rolls right, throws right sideline. It's caught along the sideline. It was Nasir Foster out of bounds at around the 28-yard line. That's a pass play of 13, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 here for Perry.
Yeah, those are the plays that Perry's going to need in order to drive this ball and win the game against Hoover.
Jonathan Lemon does have that initial burst, and he has that yards after tackle that he can get. So we'll see if number 24 gets the ball here. 2 linebackers are in the box. It's Lemon. Give straight up the middle, fighting, pushing, shoving between the hash marks. And it looks as though that it's going to be close. They're going to say he's short at around the 28.5. So he gets a yard. It'll be a 4th and 1, and the punting unit is out again for Perry. So after the Panthers, due to a hold on the opening play, get it sent back, and they'll have to boot it away. 2 return men are back deep for the Vikings. On to punt it away is Seth Green. He catches it and boots it towards the middle of the field, takes a bounce at the 40 and into the hands. Left side 40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30. Hassan's loose, and he'll score. Touchdown, Vikings. 66 yards. Hoover executes on special teams, and the Vikings jump out to a quick 13-0 lead with 7:38 left to go in the first.
These are the plays you really got to watch out if you're Perry, because you're really making a lot of mistakes. It's given Hoover the lead.
David Wadley on to try the PAT. To hold it, number 88 in the form of Aiden Kavanaugh, and number 56, Jasper Wrights, to snap it. Wadley gives a thumbs up that he's ready. Snap is good. Hold down. Kick up. Kick good. 7:38 left to go in the first. It's the Vikings 14 and the Panthers nothing. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by our friends at the Sarshone Auto Group.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, not even 4.5 minutes have passed in this opening quarter, and the Vikings find themselves up 14-0 thanks to a 66-yard punt return touchdown, courtesy of Brady Hassan. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you on hand here at Memorial Stadium. As teeing it up now for the Vikings is Joey Reidinger. Back deep for the Panthers. To the right is Jonathan Lemon, along with Nasir Foster. He puts the ball on the tee in the form of Reidinger. He approaches the football, puts the right foot on leather, and it goes towards the end zone on the right side for a touchback. Perry's offense will trot back out, and Robert, that was a great job by Brady Hassan going to his left, because that play seemed dead to rights because there were a couple guys there to tackle him, but he managed to escape out of there, go towards the sideline, which is when he was in the middle of the field. And once he hit that sideline, he was gone, man. He pretty much just turned on the jets and never looked back.
That's all about finding the pocket, finding the spots, and moving right for it.
So they go in shotgun here, Treharn and the Panthers. They will give it to Lemon. on a draw past the 20 to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Another swarm of Vikings in on the stop. Hoover leads the all-time series. Tonight is the 70th meeting between these two schools. They've come into this matchup winning the last 4 against the Panthers, and like I mentioned earlier, leads the all-time series 46-23. 2 receivers wide left, 1 right. Treehart in the shotgun. They send a man in motion. He takes the snap, gives it to Lemon. Up the middle is Lemon, 25, breaking out of a tackle, 30. Tough run from Jonathan Lemon at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 10 and a first down for the Panthers. Their first down converted on the night.
Yeah, they're Perry's going to have to definitely make sure they're getting down here with having a lot of this open room in the backfield. They could definitely try to throw for it. It wouldn't hurt.
It'll go as a gain of 11. Ball is spotted at the 34-yard line of the Panthers. In the shotgun, Treehorn will throw wide receiver screen. It's through the hands of Nasir Foster and towards the Vikings bench, incomplete. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. 6:32 left to go here in the first. As there was room, but throw was just a little too high. It got to Foster's hands. It just popped out and slipped incomplete. So Perry will trot back out offensively, looking to get something developing going downfield. 1 receiver out wide left, 2 to the right. Treehorn in the shotgun. Lemon's the back now at his right hip. Hoover rushes 4. Treehorn rolls out right, floats it sideline. It's caught by Nasir Foster at around the 38-yard line. It'll go as a pass play of 4 to just kind of get some forward progress going for the Panthers. Now that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Here for Perry. Ball spotted at the 39. It's a 3rd and 5 now officially.
I mean, they got the yards to be able to do something here. They're not too far behind, especially with this being 3rd down.
Yeah, but the last thing you would want to do if you're Perry is to punt the ball back to this Vikings offense, this team that's got a bunch of athletes.
Treat punt like plague.
that have been really tough to stop here in the early stages of this one, as we have a timeout called by the Panthers. That timeout's brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. That's our first timeout. We'll step aside. 6:26 left to go in the first. Vikings 14, Panthers nothing. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag.
This is head coach Spencer Lino from the Perry Panthers. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
3rd and 5, Panthers with the ball at their own 39. 6:26 left to go in the first. Treehorn shotgun, takes a snap, rolls left. He's in trouble, and he's sacked. Brought down by number 51, David Tully, his first sack of the night. And the punting unit will trot out, led by in Seth Green, for the 3rd time in as many drives to begin the night for the Panthers.
Hoover's defense has been amazing tonight, and it just goes to show you why I highlighted it.
2 return men are back deep for the Vikings. 1 in the form of Hassan, and the other that looks to be Bryson Bearer on the right side, number 23. Green will boot it away. This is going in the middle of the field. It'll be fair cut at the 35-yard line by Hassan. And with 5:38 left to go, up 2 scores, the Vikings will head back out on offense. Matt Corrali and Robert Coleman with you. And, Robert, it's a real masterclass to kind of start for the Vikings in terms of them having those big plays, flashy plays. Perry definitely plays a little bit different to that. They're more hard-nosed, nose to the grindstone type of football. But either way, for both sides, it's effective.
Yeah, you could definitely tell Perry wanted to get the jump on that return, too. They made sure they were right on that ball when it fell.
On 1st and 10, they go trips left, 1 right. Collins, the quarterback, fakes it, throws it on a slant that's caught. And this is number 23 in the form of Bryson Bearer. He's brought down at the 49-yard line of the Vikings. It's a pass play that will go for 14 and a new set of downs for Hoover.
We got a score update. West Branch 14, Alliance 0.
That game is for the lead in the Eastern Buckeye Conference. You can also listen to that game right here on the Q92 Sports Network. Twins left and right. Collins is in the shotgun. The back looks to be Michael Lamlin, and he'll give it to him, and he gets blown up at the line. Great job there initially on the D-line by number 52. That's Dominic Walker making his first tackle of the night, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11 as that will go for a loss of 1. They clap out of the huddle. Now Hoover being offensively, trips left to right. Collins in an empty backfield. Perry shows a 3-man rush. They snap it. They send 4. Collins looking right, ripping right. Wide open man at the 42-yard line. Towards the right side on a slide, it was Chris Carter, the junior receiver, as that'll now bring up a 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd and 2. Ball spotted at the Perry 43. The Vikings are in enemy territory. Chris Carter being a receiver's name. You just got to love stuff like that.
He's born for it.
Yes, he was. Collins now goes out wide to the left. Vikings are in a wildcat. That looks to be Jack Andes about to take the snap on 3rd and 2. Andes will keep it himself. Right side, he's got a lane 40. First down and more. Out of bounds at around the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 and a fresh set of downs for Hoover.
He definitely moved that as far as he could and definitely knew when to stop.
With him going out of bounds, the clock stops with 4:03 left to go here in the opening quarter. Matt Corrali and Robert Coleman with you for a fun Federal League matchup between the Panthers and the Vikings. 4 receivers go out wide to the left, 1 to the right. The lone man is Carter. Collins in an empty backfield, now joined by Lamlin, who motions to his left hip. Takes the snap. Lamlin going in between the hashes, lowering his shoulder. He's past the 35. Down at around the 34, 33. We'll wait for a spot. It's going to be the 34. It'll be a gain of 4 and a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Hoover having a fantastic season this year. Won their first 6 before dropping that big game here in this building last week against McKinley as they try a wide receiver screen with number 23 and Bryson Bear in the heavy traffic. It was too high. A couple of Panthers were there, but it ended up going to the Vikings bench, and now that'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Clock stops with 3:29 left to go in the first. Boy, that could have been a real change of momentum here early in this one if Perry were to get their hands on it and return it the other way.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have to watch here.
So on 3rd and 6, we'll see if they get more conservative here. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Perry fans below us making some noise. Collins, play fake, throwing left. Catch made Andis, 30. Left sideline, 25-20. First down and more, 15. Andis is brought down at the 9-yard line. Once again, the Vikings are in the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. It's a 1st and goal for the Vikings, as that will go for a play of 25 yards. The ball was spotted at the 10. 1st and goal, Hoover.
Yeah, there were 2 Perry Panther players on the defense there to tackle Hoover. Ryan something, I believe, was one of them.
1 receiver left, 2 right. Collins in the shotgun, Lamlin at his right hip. Collins takes a snap, looks to pass. Looking, doesn't have anybody, now rolls left. Collins will just throw it incomplete out of the pocket. That'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Have some whistles here as we do have a flag that comes out in the secondary, and we have an injured Viking down at the 5 as he's laying on his back. We'll step aside and tell you who it is on the other side of the break. 2:53 left to go in the first. Hoover 14, Perry nothing. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
The weather might be getting cooler, but Tasty Cream on Navarre Road is just heating up. Open all year, Tasty Cream is ready to serve you fresh-made specialty burgers, Stark County's best conies, deep-fried mushrooms, crispy French fries, and so much more. To top it off, their ice cream selection continues to grow. Special flurries, homemade root beer floats, amazing brownie sundaes, and over 20 flavors of hand-dipped ice cream. Order online at tastycream.com or check out their Facebook and Instagram pages for events happening each month.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium, everybody. They couldn't get a number on who that was.
22.
We actually just found out it's number 22, Drake Cooper, the senior wideout, as he's being helped by athletic trainers and head coach Brian Baum to the sideline. So we'll check on his status. I hope to give you an update as soon as we can. 2:53 remaining. Left to go. Hoover looking to make this a 3-score game in quarter number 1. 2 receivers left, trips right. Collins in an empty backfield on 1st and goal from the 15. There was a 5-yard penalty on the Vikings during our break. They will throw it on a wide receiver screen. It's caught out there by number 23, Bryson Baer, trying to get through defenders, pushing the line. Baer will get this down to about the 6. Great effort there by Baer to keep just chugging along.
Definitely a rugby play on that one.
Absolutely, and that puts Hoover in a more favorable position to score here as they go from the 15 to the 6 in just one play. Trips left to right. Collins empty backfield. 2 linebackers. Now they have one coming off the edge as they send 5. Collins in trouble. Off balance to the end zone. It's Andis. Touchdown, Vikings. John Collins was hit as he threw it. And Ennis was just waiting for it in the middle of the end zone. And the Vikings now make it a 20-0 lead here in quarter number 1.
To reference the men's, Jack Andes is the breath men of this team.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Very nice. David Wadley on to try the extra point. To hold is Aiden Cavanaugh, and the snap it is Jasper Wrights. Snap is good. Hold down. Wadley's kick is up, and it is good. 2:10 left to go in the first. It's Hoover 21, Perry nothing. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, and it's powered by our friends at the Sarshona Auto Group.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
2:10 left to go. Quarter number 1. It's the Vikings on top of Perry, 21-0. Here in this Week 8 Federal League battle. Matt Corrali and Robert Coleman with you. And Robert, that was a drive that we haven't seen yet from Hoover where it was sustained. They had to move the chains. It was a long one, but the result was kind of the same. They took it in for 6.
Yeah, it's more of a classic McKinley play.
On to boot it away and returning it for Perry. That looks to be actually Nasir Foster as he takes it down to the 27-yard line, and one of the Vikings is down with his head into the turf.
31, I believe.
That's Jake Lukens. So we'll step aside again. 2:04 left to go in the first. It's Hoover 21, Perry nothing. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshona Auto Group.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Welcome back, everybody. 2:04 left to go in the first. It's Hoover 21, Perry nothing. Being helped off to the sideline by his teammates is Jake Lukens of the Vikings. We'll give an update as to his injury whenever we can. For now, Perry with a new set of downs. 3 drives, 3 punts. They're looking to change this trend here to begin. As Cameron Treharn, and the quarterback, is in the shotgun. He takes a snap, gives it to number 0, Connor Shepard. And there goes Shepard, looking like he shot out of a cannon. Down at around the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7 and a second down and 3. Aiden Kish, the senior defensive back, coming over in the secondary to make the tackle. So the Panthers clap out of their huddle. 2nd and 3, 1:37 left to go in the opening 12. 1 receiver left to right. Treharn in the shotgun. It looks to be Shepard to his right hip. They send number 44 for Perry in Luke Heil in motion. Treharn pump fakes, looking deep down the right side. Then he's got a man. It's Foster down the sideline 20. And he's pushed out of bounds there at around the 18-yard line by Brady Hassan. And finally, Perry gets the big play they've been looking for in this first quarter. They're in the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. First down, Perry.
If I was coaching Perry, that's the exact play I'd go for. They had plenty of room in the backfield. They went for it deep and went for it.
They tried for it, something like that on the first play on like a little jet touch situation, but it ended up going for naught. It was overthrown, but that worked out to perfection there for Perry. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Treharn will give it on a give. Connor Shepard right up the middle, dives past the 15 to about the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 as we approach 1 minute and counting left to go in the opening quarter, and that'll bring up a second down and 6 upcoming for the Panthers.
Yeah, like what I was saying, the keys of victory, the vertical passing attack.
Yes, it's definitely something that they've tried to do here a couple times in this first quarter, and they've hit on it once, and for the first time tonight, Perry is in plus territory and now in our RG Drag red zone. They go in a wildcat here. Treharn is not in the game. It's going to be Jonathan Lemon, who takes a high snap, goes right up the middle with it at around near the 10. It's going to be at about the 12 or 11. We'll wait for a spot. But in all likelihood, this could be the final play of the first quarter. There's 24 seconds left to go. It's just a gain of 2. They're going to spot it at the 11. It'll be a 3rd and 1 on a run of 3 from Lemon. There's 16 seconds now left to go in the first. Perry claps out of the huddle with 12 seconds now. They will stay in a wildcat with 8 on the game clock. Lemon with 6. They send a man in motion. Lemon will take the snap and hand it off to Connor Shepard. Up the middle of the field, Shepard near the 7. And it's going to be a first down for the Panthers, as that will bring an end to our opening quarter. That sees the Vikings on top 21-0, but the Panthers will have a goal-to-go situation and a whole 4 downs to go with it. We'll step aside, but when we come back, it's more high school football powered by the Sarshon Auto Group when we return on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshon Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
21-0 Hoover in front of Perry as it's Military Appreciation Night here at Memorial Stadium in North Canton. And along with that, they had everyone that's in the military, past or present, stand up and be recognized. And we want to say on behalf of Robert, myself, and the entire Q92 sports team, thank you for your service that are in our U.S. military. The Panthers have a 1st and goal on the 6. After doing the Wildcat the last 2 plays, they'll try it again as Lemon will get the snap, hand it off to Connor Shepard, running back to running back on the exchange. Shepard got it the first down the last time. This time, not so much. It'll be a gain of 2, and it'll be a 2nd and goal from the 4. How about that? The Wildcat now starting to become something where head coach Spencer Lino is trying to implement in this drive, and it's paying off dividends so far for them. Heck, they're in striking distance to get on the board for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Perry's was traditionally a T-wing offense, and he's trying to mix it up a little bit.
They go Wildcat again. In shotgun is Lemon. They'll give it, but we have flags down from behind the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a false start against the Panthers.
Offense number 20, 5-yard penalty, second down.
So for the Panthers on that false start, it ended up being on Caleb Hunley, one of the running backs that was in that backfield, just flinched a little too early, and now it'll be from the 4 instead to the 9. 11:15 left to go in our first half. Perry in striking distance, but now they face a 2nd and goal from the 9. They go Wildcat again, but Nasir Foster is scheduled to take the snap. He does. Fakes it. He has it to his left, and Foster keeps it himself for a Panthers touchdown. It's a 9-yard run for Nasir Foster. And Perry is on the board, 21-6, with 10:56 left to go here in the first half.
This is the momentum Perry's going to have to build on here.
So they'll come out and try the extra point. On the kick will be Price DeStefano to hold Cody Schaefer. Here's the snap. It's good. Kick on the way. A little bit of a knuckleballer, but it's through. And it is now a 21-7 ball game inside Memorial Stadium here in quarter number 2. We'll step aside, but when we return, it's more high school football. Powered by our friends at the Sarshone Auto Group here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is head coach Spencer Lino from the Perry Panthers. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
10:56 left to go here in the second quarter. It's Hoover 21, Perry 7. As the Panthers put together a great drive there, marching down the field in about 8 plays, and they punched it in thanks to a 9-yard run out of the Wildcat for Nasir Foster. So can the Panther defense rise to the occasion on this drive and force a Hoover stop for the first time tonight? That's the question after the Panthers take it in for 6. On and booted away is DeStefano. Kicking it toward his left. It'll go into the end zone for a touchback over the head of Bryson Byer. And the Vikings and quarterback Jack Collins will take over there.
You can definitely tell Perry, they're definitely having their guys on Hoover on the return. They're not having them lag back. They don't want to make that mistake 3 times.
Yeah, and for Perry, you mentioned it earlier how this is a typical wing T team. A wing T team. That's
historically it is.
Yeah, but they're not kind of going away with that this season with Lino taking the reins. They're going with multiple formations. They have a Mount Union guy as their OC and Ben Schenk, and Lino calling the plays on defense. We'll see how his defensive unit will respond on this drive as from the 20, Hoover comes out 2 receivers left and right. Collins in the shotgun. And that looks to be Lamelin at his right hip. Lamelin the give. And has a hole down past the 35 to the 36. It'll be a gain of 16 and a first down for the Vikings. Great run there from Lamelin as from the second he touched the ball, he was off to the races. First show of speed. Now for the Vikings at running back, it's Ryan Crawford, the junior, into the game. 1 receiver left, trips right. Crawford to the right hip of Collins. Collins will now look to the sideline for the play here. Play clock is at 10. Game clock at 10:26 and counting left to go in the first half. Collins takes the snap, will give it to Crawford. Up the middle, trying to fight for any yardage that he can. He'll be down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3. And that'll bring up a second down and 7. On the tackle for the Panthers is Mason Heil, the lineman with his second stop on the night. They'll bring up a 2nd and 7. 2 receivers out wide, left and right. Collins in the shotgun. That looks to be Crawford to his left hip again. They sent Jack Andes in motion. They jet touch pass it to him on the left side. Andes with nowhere to go. Gets out of bounds at around the 38. He might have lost a yard there going out of bounds. And now Hoover will have their first big challenge so far of the night. That'll bring up a 3rd and 8 on their own 38. 2 receivers left, trips right. It's an empty backfield for John Collins as he's in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, drop back to pass on a 3-step drop with pressure from his right. He goes right, steps up, makes a few men miss, but he'll go down at the 40. And a fired up Spencer Lino is pumping his guys up. For the first time tonight, the Vikings will bring out the punting unit onto the field. And Perry now, Robert, a little bit of momentum here in the second quarter.
As the tables turn.
Absolutely. Jack Andes handles the punting duties as well for the Vikings. When we say that he's a Swiss Army knife, he truly is. 2 return men back deep for the Panthers, standing at around the 21-yard line. Andes, standing at his own 26, takes the snap and will boot it away. A high booming kick that will be dropped by Foster, but he picks it back up, and he's tackled immediately by 2 Vikings, as that could have been just disaster for Perry. A possible muff punt, but he is able to fall back on it. He took a lick, I'll tell you what. Ball will be spotted on the 29-yard line of the Panthers, and that'll be where they set up shop offensively, 1st and 10. So how do you respond if you're the Hoover defense here and try to prevent back-to-back touchdown drives for Perry to make this a one-possession game?
Going to have to definitely be on Perry. Going to have to definitely be on their speed players because that's really where a lot of Perry's strength is.
We're at 8:47 left to go in the first half. 21-7 Vikings lead. The quarterback Cameron Treharn making a audible at the line. 2 receivers left. Treharn in the shotgun. We'll give it to that looks to be Connor Shepard up the middle of the field, and Shepard will be down at around the 27-yard line. It looks as though he lost 2 yards on the run.
Hoover is definitely doing some interesting stuff in the defense, too. Number 29, Carson Morris, too, was kind of doing like a side, like basketball kind of defense there.
So the ball was spotted at the 28. It's a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11 here for the Panthers. 2 receivers left. Treehorn in the shotgun. They set a man in motion in the form of Luke Heil. They fake it, and Treehorn, standing strong in the pocket, delivers it deep over the middle of the field. He's got a man. It's batted around and incomplete. Wanted to get Jaden Wilson drifting toward his right. He was double covered. Great job there made by Brady Hassan, who was trailing behind, got his hand up and swatted it away. And in the blink of an eye, with 8:01 left to go in the half, the Panthers will have a 3rd down and 10 from their own 28 upcoming.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about from Hoover. They definitely got to be on them. They definitely got to be on their speed players.
We'll see if the Vikings can hold or if Perry can move the chains here on 3rd and 10. 2 receivers out wide left, 1 right. Treehorn in the shotgun. Connor Shepard the back at his left hip. Here's the snap. Hoover rushes forward. Treehorn throws it just off target for Nasir Foster. A little bit too out for the senior wideout. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 6. And here comes the punting unit for the Panthers.
A sight we've seen a lot tonight.
Yeah, just missed opportunities for Perry. Did cash in on that touchdown drive earlier, but on this possession failed to capitalize as there are 2 return men back for the Vikings. Seth Green on to boot it away for the Panthers. Here's the snap. Green catches it and boots it away. Another high booming kick here from Green, and this one's muffed, and it's going out of bounds. And what happens here? Perry has it around the 15-yard line. Was he down there and was he inbounds? They're going to say that the Vikings have it. It went off of number 20 in Brady Hassan's hands. and he just stood there thinking that it wasn't touched by him, but it was bouncing a little bit 2 or 3 times along the right sideline, and number 10 for the Panthers, Evan Lawbacher, caught it, which would have been Perry football. The only problem was the officials say that his foot was out of bounds, and Hoover will take over there.
Yeah, and it was also definitely to where the ball landed.
7:45 left to go in the second quarter. It's Hoover 21, Perry 7 here on the Q92 Sports Network. John Collins and his crew back out there. Well, they've only had a punt once so far to start this game. One receiver left, 2 right. Collins in the shotgun. That looks to be Lamline at his right hip. Collins fakes it, throws it right side over the middle. It's complete towards number 23, Bryson Byer. He's past the 20 down to the 21. It'll be a pass play of 6, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 4 here for the Vikings. Hoover going right to left as they're trying to find their weapons, utilize their line as much as they can to get this back to a 3-score game. As Collins in the shotgun looks right, rifles it, incomplete. Wanted to get it to Byer again, this time a little bit of a misfire. It was Nasir Foster on the coverage, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. And these Perry fans are starting to get loud, trying to cheer on their defense.
Definitely rattling the press box.
7:10 left to go in the first half.
You know, when I talk to people in the community, they highlighted both John Collins and Jack Andes as the highlights of the Hoover football team.
That's definitely the case, as both of them were banged up in last week's game, both able to come back here tonight. Andes is left last week to a concussion. He's wearing a Guardian cap as we have a flag, and it's going to be a false start against the Vikings. A little bit of momentum now back to the way of the Panthers.
False start. Offense, number 22. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I've always liked the Guardian caps. They always remind me of the old school football helmets.
Yeah, the leather ones.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame is just up the road. Maybe we can get some here and get them on these guys, see what it's like. So from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 8 off the Hoover false start, they come out trips left, 1 to the right. Collins shotgun. Lamlin at his right hip. Collins to throw it. Andy's caught it on a dive. It's going to be close. It's going to be at around the 22, and he's going to be a yard short. So the Perry defense gets a stop. Back-to-back punts for the Vikings after they had 2 touchdown drives. The other one coming off special teams from that 66-yard punt return touchdown from Brady Hassan. And now Jack Andrews will have to boot it back to Perry. Jonathan Lemon back deep for the Panthers as he catches it off a bounce. It got deflected, and it's going towards the Perry sideline, and they'll set up shop at around the 41. The Panthers are in Hoover territory, and talk about a tale of 2 different quarters, Robert. Hoover dominating at the start, but right as the second quarter has come along, this Panther team looks totally different from the one they was playing in the first 12 minutes of this one.
Yeah, and Perry made a similar mistake like that earlier on in the game, too. So they're almost making a mirror of it with Hoover.
So let's see if they can capitalize here. The ball was spotted on the Hoover 34. Perry comes out down 2 scores with 6:25 left to go in the second quarter. They'll go in a Wildcat again. It's Nasir Foster's to take the snap. He does. He'll keep it up the middle, and he loses the ball. It's out at around the 32-yard line, and it looks as though Perry fell back on top of it. They did, as one of the linemen, number 52, there for the Panthers in the form of Dominic Walker, saves the day and probably owes Nasir Foster now a nice steak dinner.
Definitely.
6 minutes and counting left to go. On all said and done, he recovers it right at the line of scrimmage, so it's no gain and a 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers are out wide left and right. Foster going to take the Wildcat shotgun snap again. They send a man in motion. We have whistles, and we have a timeout on the field. They're going to get a false start for Perry, I think.
I'd recommend a dinner at Grinders on.
Offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So they did get a penalty. I didn't see any laundry on the field, but apparently for Evan Spurrell, he false started, and that's going to back him up 5. It'll be a 2nd and 15. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line of the Vikings. 2 receivers left and right. In the shotgun is Foster. He'll take the snap, catches it with his right hand, goes up the middle, 35, breaks out of a tackle. Now goes to his right 30, down the sideline and out of bounds at around the 27-yard line. A great run there by Nasir Foster, making up for it. And that is going to be a Panther first down. Or I beg your pardon, it's a 3rd down. I thought he managed to get there. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
He definitely used his size to get around Hoover's offense. He's definitely a small guy, but he knows how to play.
Break out with a few tackles there as well. Officials are talking with Foster as he's scheduled to take the snap here on the Wildcat again. However, the play clock's at 5, and they just broke out of the huddle. Can they get the snap off with 2? They do. Foster up the middle. Can he get there? Breaks out of a tackle. He will. First down and more. Foster breaks a tackle. 10, 5, diving near the goal line. No signal yet. He's short at the 1. It's a gain of 26, and it's a 1st and goal for the Panthers. Perry's in our RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed.
I agree with the refs on that one, especially where he fell.
Yeah, from up here, it seemed to be that when his knees hit down, the ball was right around that half-yard line. Heck, the nose of the football was almost on the chalk of the goal line.
Missed it by that much.
For the first time in about 10 plays, the quarterback Treorn's in the game. He gives it to Connor Shepard. Touchdown, Panthers. And this is a 1-score game pending the extra point. Another methodical drive from Perry results in 6. Price to Stefano on to try the extra point. Snap good, hold down, kick up, kick good. 4:47 left to go in the half. It's Perry now down 21-14 to the Vikings. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by our friends at the Sarshone Auto Group.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
4:47 left to go in the first half. It's Hoover 21, Perry 14. Here on the Q92 Sports Network. Hi, everybody. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you inside Memorial Stadium in North Canton. As Perry, once again, Robert, had a great drive, marched it slowly down the field, going 67 yards, and again, put up another 6 to the side of the Panthers.
Yeah, this has definitely been a great game. It's definitely turning around. Perry's definitely stuck in it. They definitely know how to win, and they're definitely showing it.
Each team, or should I say, the Vikings have 3 timeouts. Perry with 2. They had to burn one in the first quarter. That's kicking it away is DeStefano towards the end zone for a touchback. And now there's life here on the visiting stands here at Memorial Stadium as these Perry fans are back in it with their team down just 7. So what did you see in terms of this Hoover offense when it came to their fast start, Robert? And in this second quarter, they seemed to just kind of stalled out and had to boot it back to the Panthers.
Well, the first 2 things for Hoover was that Perry wasn't there enough. I noticed on the 3rd and 4th punt returns, Perry made sure their guys were there by the time the ball even fell on the opposite side.
All right, we will see if Hoover can break through and get back to making this a double-digit game. Collins in the shotgun, 1 receiver left, 2 right. He'll get the snap, fake it, throwing right. It's Andes on the catch at around the 24-yard line. It'll be a pass play of 4. Tackle made by Jonathan Lemon. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Boy, how about Jonathan Lemon? We've seen him a lot pretty much in every aspect in this one as He had the lone touchdown in last week's loss against Austintown Fitch. They came on a 50-yard pick six. But he's the team leader in rushing, 650 yards on 81 carries. He's averaging 8 yards a carry and 6 touchdowns. On second down and 6, they give it to Lamelin as he's going towards the right side. Gets virtually nothing. Down at the 25, no gain on the play, and quickly it's a 3rd and 5 for the Vikings. They're in danger of going 3 and out.
Yeah, John Lemon, he's definitely a point leader for Perry, and he's definitely why I decided to highlight him.
His parents are actually sitting directly below us. They have jerseys made of them. That's awesome. That's what you love to see. 3rd and 5. Make it 3rd and 3, rather. They're going to give him 2 yards. As the Vikings have one receiver out wide left. That is number 22, Drake Cooper. And 2 right. Collins in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He'll throw. Nowhere to go. Pocket collapsing, and Collins is going down! It's Caleb Lawhon, the inside linebacker, forcing the 3rd consecutive Vikings punt.
It's definitely been a tale of 2 quarters here.
Absolutely. What has gotten into these Perry Panthers?
And they're definitely doing Perry's mistakes, except it's Hoover's time.
A great job there from Perry to will themselves back into this game. Andy's on the punt. He will boot it away. It's a little bit short. It takes a bounce at the 45-yard line of the Vikings, and it'll die at the 46-yard line of Hoover. 3:08 left to go here in the first half. We'll keep it here. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you. I mean, gosh, just listen to these fans.
They're definitely getting fired up.
What do you think has worked so well for Perry in the span of just a different change of a quarter?
Being more speedy on the ball. In the first quarter, they definitely weren't speedy on the ball. They were slacking. Now they're picking up the pace.
3:08 left in the first half, like we mentioned earlier. Perry with 2 timeouts. Ball was spotted on the Vikings 47, so Perry will start in plus territory. Nasir Foster in the shotgun and the Wildcat. 2 receivers left and right. They send a man in motion and Lemon right to leg. It's going to be Foster trying to break out of a tackle, but he won't. On the stop there for the Vikings was Jack Zarko, the Miami of Ohio commit, who is an unbelievable player. Zarko, last year, 50 tackles, 6 for loss, and 3 sacks. A real specimen, standing at 6'5".
Miami of Ohio has definitely been a good team this year in the MAC.
Absolutely. They're one of the powerhouses in that conference. It'll go for a gain of 4, 2nd and 6, 2:38 and counting left to go in the first half. 2 receivers left and right. Foster will take the Wildcat snap. He has it. Now will run to his right. 45 breaks a tackle at 40. Foster going to the outside. 35-30 has the first down at the 25-yard line, but hold everything. There is a flag in the behind the line of scrimmage, I should say. This one might be coming back on a hold on the Panthers. Here's the call.
Offense number 54, 10-yard penalty.
And they're going to get Mason Heil for the hold, and that's a real killer. But we'll see what this Panthers team is made of. Now they have a little bit of adversity for the first time in this second quarter. So we'll see how they respond after everything has kind of gone peachy keen for them the entire way in quarter number 2.
Yeah, definitely with the speed they have, and it's only second down, too, so they have a lot of room to do stuff.
Ball was spotted on the Perry 47. They got all the way back to their own side of the field. 2:16 and counting left to go in the first half. It's now a 2nd and 16 here for the Panthers. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Nasir Foster once again to take the Wildcat snap. Here's the snap. He has it going toward his left. Foster down at around midfield. They'll go for a gain of 3 as we're under 2 minutes. $1:54 and counting left to go. Once again, Perry with 2 timeouts. The only problem is they have a real big mountain to climb on this play. 3rd and 13 upcoming here for the Panthers from midfield.
I mean, when you're at 3rd down here, you could try something wild, especially with where you are in the field.
Yep, we'll see. I mean, heck, they've gone a Wildcat.
No pun
all
intended.
Quarter. And that's really worked out well. So the Vikings are Never mind, it will be an official's timeout. But regardless, we'll take a break. 1:34 left to go here in the second half. Perry down 21-14 to the Vikings with the ball, and a 3rd and 13 from midfield coming up. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
1:34 left to go here in this first half. It's Hoover 21, Perry 14. As Treehorn is in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. We have a whistle.
25-second play clock. Clock will start on my whistle.
It looks as though that must have had some issues with the play clock. Now it's winding. Treehorn in the shotgun. He has the snap. Hoover sends a 5-man rush with plenty of time. Treehorn wants it all. Down the field. He's got a man. It's overthrown by 5 yards. Oh, he had Jaden Wilson wide open, streaking across the middle of the field. And gosh, you would want that one back if you're Cameron Treehorn and Perry.
This would be a tied-up game if it was just a little bit closer.
Yes, it was. A great effort, however, made on both sides, but sometimes just put a little too much mustard on it, and it ends up being overthrown, and that's exactly what happened there. Seth Green on to boot it away for the Panthers. Back deep for the Vikings. On the left side, it's Brady Hassan, and on the right, it's Bryson Byer. On the catch, it's Green, a short punt. That will take some bounces at around the 15. This could be down for Perry. Can they get there? No. An effort was made on a dive to try and down it at the 1, but it'll hit the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings, they do have 1:09 left to go in this first half. They're up 7. They're in a good spot. They could get some more points going into halftime. They do get the ball back in this second half. The only thing is, though, for Perry especially, Hoover also has all 3 timeouts at their disposal.
You could definitely use the timeouts for time management. What's left in it? For time management, what's left in this, you could definitely use it for that. I mean, like what we were saying the last one, too. Too much mustard, not enough ketchup when it came for Perry for that throw.
That's right. So on 1st and 10, they will come out 2 receivers wide left and 2 to the right. Collins in the shotgun takes a snap. Looking over the middle of the field. He's got a man, and Andy's in between the hashes. There he goes. 25-20, 15-10-5. Hoover strikes on a big play. Touchdown Vikings. 80-yard bomb from Collins to Andy's. There was speculation on those 2's health coming into this one. Collins with the banged up ankle. Andy's with the concussion last week. But boy, they look healthy as ever, and especially on that play.
Yeah, the North Can native I talked to definitely highlighted Andy's and definitely highlight Collins. That's their main guns.
David Wadley on to try the extra point for Hoover. And here is the snap. It's good. Hold down. Kick on the way, and the kick is good. 57 seconds left to go in the first. It's the Vikings 28 and the Panthers 14. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by our friends at the Sarshone Auto Group.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Welcome back, everybody. Week 8 of the high school football regular season, and we have a shootout here in North Canton. 28-14, the Vikings lead it as are coming off an 80-yard touchdown pass from John Collins to Jack Andrews, and that's exactly what Hoover needed after allowing 2 touchdowns, the offense stalling out a little bit. Now the big play is back here for the North Canton Hoover Vikings.
Halftime for Louisville, 14-14.
All right, that game is all even with Green. As the kick is away, it's going to be returned at around the 5-yard line by Nasir Foster. Down the right sideline he goes at around the 33-yard line. Clock stops with 46 seconds. So down 2 scores. Very possible for Perry to put up 7 more before the end of the half. Only problem is they're set up at the 35, so they'd have to go 65 yards. But that's what they did. They did it slow on their last couple of drives.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have, if they can pick up the speed, they definitely could, but it all depends.
We'll see what happens here. 2 receivers left and right. Quarterback Cameron Treehorn in the shotgun. Jonathan Lemon now goes to his right hip. Treehorn awaits the snap. He has it. 4-man rush going to the outside. A sideline ball for 5 yards to Evan Spurrell. Out of bounds at the 40. Stopping the clock with 41 seconds. That took 5 seconds off the game clock. 2 receivers left. 2 to the right. Treehorn in the shotgun. Lemon the back. Lemon now comes up to the right hip of Treehorn. And he takes the snap, throws right again. This time it's Foster along the 50. He's pushed out of bounds there by Hassan. It's a pass play that goes for 9. It's another first down. They're using the sideline pass to their advantage. They're at the 50, 36 seconds with the clock stopped. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Treehorn, shotgun, takes the snap. 3-man rush, throwing right side. It's complete, 45-yard line of the Vikings. It's Foster, pass play of 5. 2nd and 5 upcoming here for Perry. Great job here by the Panthers in order to stop the clock, working the sideline, and these guys are executing by coming up with receptions.
Yeah, crafty coach who definitely knows how to do it. They definitely know how to work the clock.
Looking like some personnel changes here late for Perry, as the Panthers will have 2 receivers out line wide left and right. Treehorn in the shotgun. Lemon the back to his left hip. Now they send a man in motion right to left to Xavier Wooler. Play clock at 6. Here's Treehorn. Back to pass. Looking left. Now he has to step up and throw, and it's incomplete. Diving attempt made by Nasir Foster. He was hit as he threw it. A few Vikings were in on the rush. So now that'll bring up a 3rd and 5. 25 seconds are left here in this first half. Fans, just as a reminder, stay tuned for the halftime show. We'll have the Q92 News hosted by our own Jeff Mears, followed by highlights and analysis of this one, and a look around scores in the area in Week 8 of the high school football season. 2 receivers out wide left, 2 to the right. Treehorn shotgun, Lemon the back to his right hip. He takes a snap, 4-man rush. Treehorn with time, now rolling right, on the run throw towards the Perry bench, incomplete. 20 seconds, now 19 seconds are left in this first half. As that'll bring out what I'm sure to be the punting unit here again for Perry. And they will bring him out indeed.
At the half, McKinley 17, Lake 7.
All right, that game is for the lead in the Federal League. If things were to hold, McKinley would at least clinch a share of the league title with a win tonight. Seth Green on to punt it away. Hoover doesn't have anybody back. Just to say if this could be a fake. Green drops the ball at the 40. Now he has to run it, and he gets stopped at his own 42. A couple of linebackers were in on the stop. It's David Tolley and Jack Zarko. So 13 seconds left. Vikings have all 3 timeouts. They have a good leg in David Wadley. They're at the Perry 42. You never know what could happen. That could come back to bite the Panthers.
Yeah, they made a similar mistake earlier like that. Well, kind of similar, I want to say, but you definitely want to make sure you get the punt return into the opposite territory.
We'll see if they can do just that. 13 seconds are left here in this first half. That sees the Vikings on top, 2 touchdowns. Matt Corrali and Robert Coleman with you here inside North Canton Memorial Stadium. The Hoover offense now treks out onto the field, led by John Collins. 2 receivers out wide right and 2 to the left. An empty backfield here for Collins. And from the looks of it, they could be letting this thing fly. Collins now has Andes coming in motion. Fakes the pitch to him. Collins wants it all. They will air it out. Down the right side, double coverage. It's intercepted by Jonathan Lemon at the 1. Lemon makes a man miss 10. He could take this one and make it interesting. 25, bouncing to the outside 30. Lemon still on his feet, getting out of a tackle. Flipping field. Lemon is staying alive. Lemon still going at the 35 and down at the 37. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. He didn't have that 50-yard pick six. And for a split second there, Robert, we thought we could have seen him take it 99.
I put that in the highlight reel if he's trying to go for any colleges.
And that is the end of a first half that sees the Vikings on top 28-14. Hoover will get the ball to begin the second half, as when we come back, it'll be the halftime news with our own Jeff Mears back in our Alliance studio. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
RG Dreg, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Dreg students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Dreg to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Dreg, where careers begin.
Welcome into the high school football halftime show, everybody, where the Vikings are on top 28-14. Let's send things over to Alliance in our studios with our own Jeff Mears for the halftime edition of the Q92 News. Jeff.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. A man accused in a shooting at a North Canton apartment complex faces charges of felonious assault, discharging a weapon into a home or school, and inducing panic. Bond was set at $1.1 million during the first court appearance this morning for 38-year-old Brian Francisco. He was arrested after Thursday morning's incident at the Versailles Garden Apartments at Main and Apple Grove Streets. Francisco allegedly was shooting through the walls of an apartment when gunfire struck the victim. Police rescued the woman through a window as the shooting continued. She was taken to Mercy Hospital for treatment of multiple wounds. Her condition has not been released. There's not believed to be a connection between the shooter and victim. The Canton Metro Crash Team is investigating a fatal accident at Harrison Avenue and Navarre Road Southwest. 35-year-old Martin Hightower of Canton was pronounced dead at Altman Hospital at 4:30 this morning, less than half an hour after the crash. Police say Hightower was riding an electric bike when he failed to stop at a red light and was hit by a vehicle that was southbound on Harrison. The other driver was not hurt. Bond is set at $75,000 for a Columbiana County woman charged in a violent attack in Canton. 20-year-old Chloe Snyder of West Township was arraigned today in Canton Municipal Court. She was arrested earlier today on a warrant charging her with felonious assault. Snyder and two unidentified suspects allegedly struck a 20-year-old Maslin man on the head with a metal bar and wrench. The victim suffered serious injuries in the September 11th incident in the 200 block of Arlington Avenue Southwest. Snyder is scheduled to return to court Tuesday for a status conference. The Stark County Jail is getting state assistance to help inmates receive treatment for addiction. A roughly $227,000 grant was announced today by Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost. Sheriff Eric Weisburn says his office will use the funding to build upon the success of the jail's Stark County Adult Recovery Program. It focuses on the causes of addiction. The grant is part of a third round of funding to 11 Ohio County jails totaling $2 million. It expands the program's reach to 37 counties statewide. The Marlington Board of Education has approved the latest 5-year financial forecast. Thursday, Treasurer Bob Foss informed the board the district will end the current fiscal year with a balanced budget and a surplus of about $348,000. During a Wednesday work session, Ryan Gazzoni with Frontline Education cited previous cost-cutting as a factor. Deficit spending of roughly $547,000 is forecast in 2026 and about $1.2 million in 2027. Foss says the projections reflect only the general fund. One reason for the deficit spending is the transfer of Nexus Pipeline settlement money from the general fund to the Capital Projects Fund for building improvements. Superintendent Dan Swisher believes the district will have to ask voters for new operating funds within the next 10 years. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games, we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
Nimishillen Township trustees learned of a new zoning process Thursday. WDPN's David Schur reports.
Upgrading to an online permit application simplifies the process, eliminates paperwork and filing cabinets, and provides a permanent record of the processing. The procedure is also adaptable to other required records for other township departments. Trustees also approved a $3,960 purchase of 23 pair of fire-retardant Nomex pants from Livingston's Uniforms of Akron.
Trustees also approved monthly department reports. A Portage County grand jury has indicted a woman on 2 counts of animal cruelty. 35-year-old Sarah Senny is accused of leaving her 2 dogs locked inside a mobile home without food or water and allowing them to starve to death. An investigation began in June after the Portage Animal Protective League received a tip about the animals' welfare. Neighbors said they hadn't heard the dogs in 3 months. A humane officer found them dead inside the trailer. Their bodies were severely decomposed and the floor was covered with feces. A former Lisbon teacher has pleaded guilty to 30 counts of pandering obscenity involving a minor and 15 counts of illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material or performance. The pleas were entered today in Columbiana County Common Pleas Court by 69-year-old James Watt of Columbiana. He will be sentenced January 9th. Watt possessed obscene material involving children in October 2024. 18 devices were seized from him based on information from a cyber tip, and Watt was indicted in January. He was a STEM teacher at Lisbon David Anderson High School until his retirement last year. Authorities are investigating after a body was found behind a Youngstown home Thursday afternoon. Police responded to an address on Elmira Avenue on the city's south side. The body was discovered in the backyard by a person who was cleaning the property. It's not clear how long it had been there. The Mahoning County Coroner's Office identified the body as that of George Westhead. He was previously reported missing. The cause of death is unknown. An elderly woman is in critical condition following a house fire in Austintown this morning. Firefighters were called to the 3800 block of Cannon Road around 9:40. The woman, who is disabled, was pulled from the home through a bedroom window. She was taken to a hospital. The house sustained heavy damage. The cause is under investigation by the state fire marshal's office. A man accused of robbing a bank in Boardman Thursday is behind bars. Boardman police arrested 48-year-old Terry Gilbert of Hanover Township after responding to the reported holdup at a PNC Bank branch on Market Street. He allegedly demanded money from a teller and fled with $220. Officers found Gilbert in Southern Park Mall a short time later. He was booked at the Mahoning County Jail on a robbery charge. Gilbert was arraigned today in Youngstown Municipal Court on a robbery charge stemming from Tuesday's holdup of a Huntington Bank in Youngstown. He was wanted on multiple warrants, including a federal warrant for a probation violation. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, right after a look at the forecast. For the overnight, mostly clear skies and a low of 46. Saturday, mostly cloudy, a high around 66. For Q92 News, I'm Jeff Mears.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. When we return, we'll give a look at the scoreboard for high school football in the area in week number 8. You're listening to the High School Football Halftime Show on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody, inside the high school football halftime show. Matt Corrali with you as we will take a look at the scores of Week 8 here in the area. It's West Branch on top, 34-14 on Alliance. That game is about to go into the half. Jeremiah Thomas with a 68-yard punt return score. At halftime of our Q92 game of the week, it's McKinley on top of Lake 17-7 at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Halftime between Louisville and Greene. I'll tell you what, the Leopards 5-2. Bulldogs 2-5. That game is all even at 14 apiece, Robert Coleman.
That's definitely going to be a tough one, honestly, and it's going to show you they're two great teams.
Minerva on top of Marlington on the road by a score of 7-0 as the Dukes will get the ball to start the third quarter. Tuslaw and Northwest all even at 6.5, and Jackson and Glen Oak. That game is at a 7-7 standstill. Again, all those games you can hear on the Q92 Sports Network. Some other action going on. Canton South welcoming in the Fairless Falcons. They're on top of the Falcons there, Robert, 21-7 at halftime.
Great place, Canton South, and they're definitely winning.
Massillon on top of the Cornerstone Warriors out of Texas by the score of 24-7. Tuscarora Central Catholic and East Canton are deadlocked at 0.
That may not be updated.
St. Thomas Aquinas and Richmond Heights as well, as these games are part of the giant slate here in Week 8 of the high school football season. Well, we'll step aside again as when we come back, we'll give you the highlights of this one, of the first half, and then our analysis in the second half, and kickoff to follow. You're listening to the High School Football Halftime Show on the Q92 Sports Network.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Welcome back, everybody. High school football halftime show on the Q92 Sports Network. Just talked with the superintendent here at Hoover, Tim Walker. Way back in the day, Robert, that was my first ever boss. I was going to tell you off air, but I would call games here I was like 15 years old doing games here at Hoover, and gosh, he's just the best.
A distant aunt of mine used to be the superintendent for Kansas City Schools, Gloria Tellerico.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know many of you want
this is first year.
Or am I singing Diane?
There you go.
No, Diane Tellerico. Yep.
All right, so we will dive into what has been a fun one, 28-14 Hoover in front. But first, let's give a listen to how this one all kind of played out in our first half highlights. Breaks a tackle 5. Jack Andes is in. Touchdown, Vikings. Left side 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Hassan's loose, and he'll score. Touchdown, Vikings. Off balance to the end zone. It's Andis. Touchdown, Vikings. Scheduled to take the snap. He does. Fakes it. He has it to his left, and Foster keeps it himself for a Panthers touchdown. In about 10 plays, the quarterback Trearns in the game. He gives it to Connor Shepard. Touchdown, Panthers. Over the middle of the field, he's got a man, and Andes in between the hashes. There he goes. 25-20, 15-10-5. Hoover strikes on a big play. Touchdown, Vikings. 80-yard bomb from Collins to Andes. Whew. I'll tell you what, I think my voice is getting a little strained from all of the big plays that we've had. And it's just been a fun one here so far. Just an offensive onslaught here in the first 24 minutes of gameplay.
Definitely has been, honestly. This has been an amazing game. Perry's been coming back. They were down in the beginning, and then they turned the tables in the second quarter.
The Vikings will get the ball to begin the second half. So let's kind of get your thoughts on what this first half was for Hoover. 21-0 lead up in the first quarter. You're thinking, all right, well, this one could be over quick. But they had a couple, drives that stalled. They had to boot it away. It ended up being Perry touchdowns. But with about 39 seconds left in the first half, John Collins, the quarterback, fired it to Jack Andes, 80-yard score, and all of a sudden Hoover's back up 2 possessions.
Yeah, Jack Andes has shown really that he is Jack Andes and John Collins have shown that they are the highlights of this Hoover team, honestly. They are the main guns, and they are a Swiss Army knife, too.
And for Perry, slow start, got back into it. How do you think they try and stop this Hoover Vikings, not just offense, but entire unit, all of them, offense, defense, special teams, to try and keep things at bay and just give them a chance here in the second half, because they have definitely the ability to steal this one on the road and have Hoover lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to make use of their speed. They're definitely going to have to make use of their quarterback, number 1, Cameron Traheen. They're going to have to make use of their quarterback, number 1, Cameron. They're definitely going to have to make use of their speed. They're definitely going to have to make use of some crafty plays here. Definitely go for an aerial, what did I say in the keys to victory? Have a vertical passing attack, honestly, and that's something that could really defeat Hoover, and also watch out for their defense.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch as we go along in the second half and kind of taking things outside of Memorial Stadium in our Q92 game of the week. McKinley on top of Lake 17-7 at half. That's a big one because those are the 2 teams that are at the top of the Federal League standings. Heck, with Lake, Hoover and Jackson are right there with them. They're tied for second, all 3 of them. So depending on what happens in that game could have some influence on the standings, especially if Hoover were to win this one and the Vikings and Lake were to lose. Hoover would be in sole possession of second in the Federal League.
Yeah, it's a very crowded Federal League, honestly. But McKinley's doing really better because they do not have a loss in the Federal League when some of these other schools do. So it's definitely going to probably come out better for McKinley in the wash.
So in the Eastern Buckeye Conference as well, in our AM 1310 WDPN game, West Branch on top by 20 over Alliance at the break. That home field advantage that the Warriors have over in Beloit is unbelievable. You'd have to go back years for the last time they lost a game at home.
Definitely. West Branch knows how to do it. I saw their players. They definitely have a lot of commits, especially the MAC teams, too. We've seen a lot of MAC people this year, and they've definitely shown that they're great players.
This has become a hub a little bit for especially Mid-American Conference just because of the fact that it's so convenient. It's right there in their backyard, and they have the opportunity to shine at the D1 level. And the best part about that is if they, get a starting spot and get noticeable playing time and takes advantages of those opportunities, then they're able to go and, get into the transfer portal and go to a bigger school and try to, make a name for themselves there.
Or who knows? They could see what they can get for some NIL money. They could see what they could do at a smaller school. Just look at Boise, for instance, and just look at North Dakota State.
I got to get your opinion on something, speaking of football, because for those of you that don't know, Robert Coleman is very tapped into spring football.
Mm-hmm.
The UFL, over the course of the past week, announced the 8 teams that are playing in them. One of them, the Columbus Aviators. Ohio is getting a spring football team. They're playing at historic Crew Stadium in Columbus.
So I have a lot of opinions on that. I don't like the idea they're called the Columbus Aviators. Columbus is a very transient city. I don't think people are really going to care about Columbus down there. A lot of people in these group chats like, oh, Columbus is very much a football heavy, like they're football obsessed. No, they're Ohio Buckeye obsessed.
They do love their football, though. I'll tell you
I'd
what.
say
especially
Buckeye.
Goes in the state. Yeah.
You look at like the Blue Jackets. It took them so long to even be relevant in the Ohio sports sphere. I mean, they had draft picks that were from Russia that didn't want to come over because they didn't want to play for the Blue Jackets in particular.
Oof, man, I'll tell you what.
Although that is a little difficult.
I will say though, they do have a team in Louisville now. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that battle of I-71, Knights and Aviators.
I mean, they've tried to put a team in Massillon. They've tried to put a team in Canton. They've tried to put a team in Alliance, and then
it's part of the reason why I brought that up too. I knew that you would bring that up.
And then the Rubber Bowl caught on fire, and they were going to be called the Akron Fire.
Yeah, no, it's a new era for sure. As once again, it's just trying to continue to have football be a mainstay, not just in the fall, but year-round as well.
They need a good, solid minor league. When the USFL, when they were here and they had the hub city in Canton, a lot of the teams would come to high schools and visit and talk to the players. That was definitely an asset to a lot of these teams, especially to a McKinley also, because they were practicing and playing in their pretty much home.
Right. Well, we will, as both teams head back to their collective sidelines, we will step aside 10 seconds. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
God, I was better off just letting him say it. I just realized I nearly said that verbatim as opposed to the liner. Oh, man. We're having fun up here.
I've been having some fun watching that drone, too. It's going kind of a little crazy.
I know, yes. They have a...
I don't know which team that's
for.
for.
That's controlling a drone. Part of Hoover does have a big film, or excuse me, a video productions class. Could be something with that. Could be something totally independent. Who knows?
Really quick, drone use. The USFL went before.
Were they going to go drones?
They were actually one of the pioneers in using drones for football.
Interesting. Yeah. Very fascinating. All right, second half is about to begin. Hoover will get the football to kick off this third quarter, up 2 scores. Glad you're with us here on the Q92 Sports Network. Matt Corrali and Robert Coleman with you here at Memorial Stadium in North Canton. Bryce DiStefano will put the ball on the tee, and back deep for the Vikings is Jack Andes as he's standing at the goal line. DiStefano looks to his guys, says, "You ready?" They say they are, and he approaches the football, and right toe will meet leather. Going towards the right side, it'll be Andes from the 3. On the right side, 10, 15. Has a hold, 20. Spins out of a tackle, 25. Bounces out towards the sideline, 30. 35, 40. Andes at the 50. 45, 40. 35, 30. Stays on his feet. 20. And he's brought down at the 15-yard line. Oh, my gosh. What a run from Jack Andes. Picking up right where he left off with the explosive plays. He caught the 80-yard touchdown just before half. And now he has a punt return that nearly took 97 yards to the distance. Instead, they will settle for being down at the 12-yard line. They are immediately, Hoover being set up in the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed.
You know, a lot of people say with punt returns, nothing really happens anymore. I beg to differ.
Yeah, the NFL trying to make it a more dynamic rule. They had the rule change a year ago where you virtually stand still until the returner fields it.
That started in spring football.
That did, right. 2 receivers left, 1 right. John Collins, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Will throw it. Left side in between the hashes. It's caught. This is number 23, Bryson Byer. Brought down at the 7. Pass play goes for 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd and...
I forget who it was. It was the McKinley football coach before Antonio Hall said his favorite part of the game was the band playing for the punt returns, how they would do it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
They do a lot of creative stuff here in there with marching band tech for Hoover tonight. After the game, they're going to play their whole competition show for fans that stay post-game. 1 receiver left. Now they're going the Wildcat with Andes about to take the snap. Collins out wide left. Andes takes it. Going towards his left, he is going to be spun down at the 5. 2. The tackle was made there by number 27, Caleb Lawhun. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Ball was spotted at the 5-yard line. They can still get a first down, but it would have to be brought down at the 1. They're in the Wildcat again. Andes in the shotgun. Collins out wide left. Andes takes the snap right. He is backed up at the 10. He's tucking and running, and he gets tackled down behind the line. Connor Shepard in his pursuit brings him down along the sideline. That'll bring up a 4th down here. Ball spotted at the 11. Ended up being a loss of 6, and here comes the field goal unit led by David Wadley. It'll be a 28-yard try. The ball will be spotted on the right hash. 9:55 and counting left to go in the 3rd. To make it a 17-point lead for the Vikings. Here's the snap. Good. Hold down. Wadley's kick up, and the kick is good. No good. Holy cow. It looked as though that was right through the uprights, but from where we're standing, we're looking at it to the left, and he must have missed it right.
May have been a little bit of an optical illusion there based upon the polls.
Absolutely. So 9:43 left to go here in quarter number 3. We'll keep it here. And if you're Perry, Robert, you have got to be able to capitalize off of a missed field goal. Hoover leaving some points on the board, and now you got to go downfield and try and get some points back and make this a one-possession game again.
Yeah, that was a great drive to start out this half, especially with Jack Andes. Hoover definitely did blow it on that one.
Good attempt made by Wadley, however. Those are tough kicks, man. I'll tell you what, especially at an angle. But Perry will try and convert here, as in the shotgun, it's Foster who fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, right side 20, breaking out of a tackle, 25, and he will be brought down there by number 51, David Tully. It's going to be at the 27. It's going to be a gain of 7 and a 2nd down and 3 coming up here for the Panthers offense. This has been a really exciting game. It seems as though that after Hoover got out to that big lead, it's been kind of a game of chess in terms of, okay, can we hold them off on this drive before Perry ends up scoring and vice versa?
Yeah, strategy is definitely a key when it comes to football like this.
2 receivers left, 1 right. It's Foster in the shotgun. He will give it to the running back. This is Connor Shepard, and he will be swallowed up at the line.
I did research from a 1940s version of Look magazine that talked about how football plays can transfer over into war strategy.
Yeah, that's right. That's definitely something that is a common denominator between the two for sure. Football getting its inspiration from that.
Yeah, it's definitely war. It's definitely a battle of attrition tonight.
When you say football this is a war, this is definitely, it's got that type of feel to it. 3rd and 2 on the gain of 1. 1 receiver left and right. Someone new to take the snap. Don't have a number yet. This is going to be Foster, I beg your pardon, as he goes towards the left side of the hole. And it's a 1st down. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. Perry methodically again moving the drive. The only thing is now, since we're in the second half, clock, does that even consider going in the back of your head? Because it is quarter number 3. You're down 2 scores, but the way it's gone, in this one, if you give Hoover the ball, they have the opportunity to strike either fast or just methodically move the ball down the field.
Definitely, and they're definitely going to play to their defense right now.
7:57 and counting left to go in the 3rd. 1st and 10. Foster fakes the handoff, rolls left. Foster looking to pass. There's a flag down in the backfield, and they'll be taken down at around the 37. It'll be a gain of 3, and that's what in all likelihood it will be. And our referee says it is indeed a hold on the Panthers.
Holding, offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
So, it's number 77. That is Preston Daisy, the Toledo commit for the Panthers. He was a big one to watch out for. He's making his return after missing 2 games due to a banged-up shoulder. He's the anchor of the line, 6'5", 290. He also started on Perry State runner-up basketball team this past winter. He's a heck of an athlete.
He's got the height for it.
Yes, he does. So it'll be a 1st and 20. Ball spotted on the Panther 24. 1 receiver left, 2 right. This is Foster in the Wildcat now with a whole 30. Foster dives at around the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 10. And then they'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 here for the Panthers as they get a little bit of that yardage back. Especially you needed something like that on the 1st down and 20.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to push it here. They're definitely going to have to make up for that mistake. They're definitely going to have to rely on their speed.
Let's see what they have here on 2nd and 10. It was a Wildcat look, but now it seems to me that Nasir Foster has kind of been the honorary quarterback here. 2 receivers left and right. Foster, take it right up the middle, lowering the shoulder, and he's going to be moving the pile to as far as the 38. It's going to be a gain of 4 at most when all's said and done. 6:50 and counting left to go in the 3rd. Robert, a thought I just can't get out of my mind is how long are you going to have Cameron Treharn on the sideline for? As right as I say that, he's going out onto the field because they've gone the Wildcat look, and yes, you've had that success, but it feels like you want to emulate a pass game here. You do come from a wing T offense, but this season they've been throwing the ball a lot more, and we might see that here with Treharn in on a 3rd and 7. 1 receiver left, 2 right. Treharn shotgun, Lemon to the right hip of him. They send 5 or 4, I beg your pardon, as Sean wants it all down the sideline. Intercepted! It's picked up at the 25-yard line. This is Justin Oster as he's tackled out of bounds at around the 45-yard line. A huge hit and a late flag. I beg your pardon, that's Carson Morris, the senior defensive back. Go ahead, Robert.
You have to remember the optimal T-wing scheme would be a 50-50 mix of throwing and passing and running.
Referees are talking about it near the Perry sideline at the 45. There was a huge blow. We didn't get a number on it, but due to this announcement, we might find out.
Dead ball. Personal foul, late hit. Defense number 58. 15-yard penalty, first down.
It's one of the linemen, Ryder Ward. So that'll advance the ball even further for the Vikings. 6:09 left to go in quarter number 3. As depending on how the rest of this game goes, we could look back on that, Robert, as a real big moment in this matchup in terms of
turning point.
Yes, a turning point indeed. One receiver left, trips right. Collins in the shotgun. New running back to his right hip in the form of Ryan Crawford. Bouncing it to the right side, 25. Crawford down at around the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 upcoming here for the Vikings. Ryan Crawford is a really interesting player. One of the running backs on this Vikings team is a little bit shorter in size, but he definitely makes up for it with his elusiveness and speed as well. 2nd and 3 here. 5:40 left to go in the third. One receiver left, 2 right. Collins in the shotgun. Crawford at his right hip. They'll throw over the middle. It's Andes as he's in the red zone to the 17. Vikings once again in the RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. It'll be a pass play of 7 and a first down for the Vikings.
McKinley 17, Lake 14 with 2:31 left in the third quarter.
All right, Blue Streaks are on the board. You can listen to that game here on the network and on Q92, 92.5 WDJ QFM. 2 receivers left, one to the right. Collins in the shotgun. Crawford at his left hip now. New set of downs as we approach 5 minutes left to go in the third. It's Crawford up the middle, breaking through a small hole. And Crawford past the 15, trying to move the pile with him. To about the 12-yard line, it'll be a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 5 here for the Vikings. Last year, how about this, Robert? 6-5 were the Vikings in 2024. They won 6 games by week 6. 3-3 in Federal League play. They're 2-1 coming into this one. Lost in the first round at Lake 28-0, as they definitely have higher hopes in terms of postseason destination this season.
Especially, too, when it comes to Federal League aspirations.
Oh, yeah. 2nd and 5. Collins fakes the run. Gets it out to Andes on the left side. He's near the 10, and he's brought down at the looks to be the 5. And they will say the 5. I beg your pardon. It's a pass play that goes for 7. First down. Vikings are going to spot him at the 6. It'll be a pass play of 6.
I was amazed coming in here, too, about Hoover, how they had all their Federal League title dates plastered on the stadium.
Yeah, that's right behind the home sideline here as they give it to Crawford in between the hashes. He's down at around the 2. We'll wait for an official spot, but that looks to be the case. They may give him an extra yard on that one. They will. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1 on a run of 5. 3:37 and counting left to go. Hoover up 2 scores, looking to make it 3. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you here inside Memorial Stadium in North Canton for, hard to believe, the Week 8 of high school football action. They'll have a I formation look. 2 backs along with another. 3 backs are in the backfield as Collins goes under center. He'll keep it himself, and the ball came out on the exchange. Does Perry have it is the question. And based off the reaction and body language of the players, that does not seem to be the case. Hoover falls back on it at the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal there, but boy, that could have been the break that Perry needed.
Definitely, especially when you're in this territory.
2:51 and counting left to go. 3rd and goal from the 1 as number 1, John Collins and company trying to get back out to a 3-score lead. They'll come out in the same formation. 3 backs are right behind him as Collins goes under center. Same play. Quarterback sneak, diving for the goal line. Touchdown, Hoover.
John Collins in for a touchdown.
It's John Collins calling his own number from a yard away. And with 2:31 left to go, it's now 34-14, Hoover in front.
Timeout for an injury.
There is an injury somewhere. We don't. And, oh, that looks. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, that's Collins. Did a quarterback dive. We talked about how he injured that ankle against Louisville, missed the Glen Oak affair. Week 7, he played against McKinley, re-aggravated it, but toughed it out in the second half, but he lost a little bit of that mobility that helped him out in the first half of the season, and now he's hopping the sideline with the help of his teammates. We'll keep you posted on that update as well. Boy, that could not be good for Hoover going forward. We'll check his status, like we mentioned. Wadley on to try the extra point. Snap good, hold down, kick up, kick good. 2:31 left to go in the third. It's the Vikings 35 and the Panthers 14. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is head coach Brian Baum from the North Canton Hoover Vikings football team. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
2:31 left to go in the third. It's the Vikings 35 and the Panthers 14. John Collins scored a 1-yard quarterback keeper on a 3rd and goal, but he looks to be a lower leg injury that they're tending to right now, so we'll see what happens in regards to that. We'll keep you posted. On to kick it away is Joey Reidinger. It'll be taken in around the 5-yard line by Jonathan Lemon. In between the hashes goes Lemon, 20-25. It'll be tackled around there a little bit past the 25, still trying to move the pile. Heck, that pile's still moving to the 30. And Lemon will be taken down there. A hard-earned return of 20 yards for Jonathan Lemon.
The best part about Hoover is even though Collins is hurt, there's always somebody to take up to fill the spot for them.
Yep, they have Jack Andes, who played quarterback in his place while he was being tended to in the McKinley game. They also have another quarterback in the form of Luke Whitaker, a senior that's a transfer as he comes over from Lake. Perry's offense comes out, 2 receivers left, 2 right. In the shotgun here for the Panthers is Cameron Treehorn. He'll give it to Lemon up the middle of the field, and he'll be taken down at the 31. Just a yard, or maybe not even a yard, as one of the linemen is down for the Panthers. We'll step aside, 2:06 left to go in the third. It's Hoover 35, Perry 14. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back. Well, it's just a sight that, Perry fans really don't want to see. It's Preston Daisy that's down for the Panthers. He's the Toledo commit, one of the leaders on this offensive line. We were just talking about him on the previous drive. 6'5", 290 pounds.
He is walking off on his own pressure, though, so.
Yes, that's very much a good thing. So you hate to see a guy like that, a leader on this team, go down. Perry comes back out. 2nd and 10 ball on their own 30. 2:05 left to go here in the third. Twins left and right. Treehorn in the shotgun. Takes a snap, throwing right on a wide receiver screen. It's Nasir Foster. He's out of bounds at the 40. Pushed out there by number 29, Carson Morris. He's going to be out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It's enough to move the sticks. And it's a first down for Perry. The ball is actually spotted at the 40. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Treehorn shotgun is the formation. Lemon the back to his left hip. Here's the snap, 4-man rush for the Vikings. Another wide receiver screen to the right for Foster. This time for not so much, as he's pushed out by number 29, Carson Morris. gain of a couple here, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 as the ball is spotted. Actually, 2nd and 6. Ball spotted on the 43. Perry now clapping out of the huddle again. 2 receivers out wide, left and right. Treehorn shotgun. Lemon at his right hip now. On 2nd and 7, Treehorn takes a snap, drops back to pass, clean pocket. Now he has to dance. Rolling left, gets out of a couple sacks. At the 40 is Treehorn, trying to make men miss, but he is taken down. On the sack for the Vikings is Carter Lukens.
They also had 2. Hoover had 2 on that sack. I kind of forget who the other one was.
Yeah, someone made an initial pursuit, but Lukens finished the job. Like we mentioned earlier in this half, one of the best linebackers in the county. Over 100 total tackles, just under 70 solo. He's the team and area leader in tackles for loss with 17, and that's his 4th sack on 2025. 1:07 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. As Treehorn in the shotgun takes a snap, looking, doesn't have anybody, dancing, now will screen it for Lemon. On the right side, 45. Lemon cutting up field 50, and he's brought down at the 49-yard line. That looked to be a horse collar, and these Perry fans can't believe that it wasn't a call. Wow. I don't know, Robert. That looked pretty clear from up here. We have a pretty good view.
I would maybe call it, maybe not, but I would say maybe about a 40-60.
Okay. Out wide left and Horn in the pistol. Now Lemon goes out to the hip on his left of Treehorn. They send Foster in motion right to left. Here's the snap. It's a read option with Treehorn as he's going towards the left, and it's taken down at the 45-yard line of the Panthers. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be a 2nd down and 7. In all likelihood, that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter, as that will be the case. It's time to put your 4s up wherever you are. The final 12 minutes is on the other side of this break. That sees Hoover on top of Perry, 35-14. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Final quarter is underway, or just about to get underway, I should say. Matt Corrali and Robert Coleman with you inside Memorial Stadium in North Canton. For the Vikings and the Panthers, Perry with the ball. 2nd and 7 on the Hoover 45. They're going now right to left. 2 receivers left and right. Treehorn's the quarterback. He'll take the shotgun snap. Looking left all the way. Fires left sideline. Too short for Foster. As that will now bring up a 3rd down and 7 quickly here. As Perry, Robert, needs to score and score fast. As in what has been an offensive shootout of a first half, Hoover just got a touchdown in the 3rd quarter, and that was it in those 12 minutes of action between these two teams.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to watch out here. This is definitely not going to be in Perry's grasp.
Twins left and right. As empty backfield for Treehorn. They send Lemon in motion left to right. Here's the snap. They've screened it, and for the first time tonight, it's Jaden Wilson on the catch, breaking a tackle 30 along the sideline. Great time to have your first reception. It moves the chains, keeps the drive alive for the Panthers. Deep into Hoover territory, 1st down, Perry. They try to implement that wide receiver screen a lot tonight, Robert, but that was the first time where it really paid off for success for Perry.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely going to have to work on that when it comes to practice next week, because that's definitely going to be a key for their next game.
Ball spotted on the 27-yard line of the Vikings. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Treehorn shotgun. Foster in motion left to right. Here's the snap. Treehorn rolling right. Throws it on the run. It's caught at around the 20 by Foster, but immediately gets taken. The ball comes out. Hoover's running back with it, but they rule him down. as Foster on the catch. It'll be a pass play that goes for 7. It'll bring up a 2nd and 3. The Panthers, once again, in our RG Drag red zone, learn, earn, and succeed. So it's a 2nd and 3 now for Perry as they're knocking on the door here. Down 35-14. Never say never, Robert. This is a offense that is marching down the field. One receiver left and right. Send a man in motion. Now they give it to Lemon up the middle, 15, past the 15, to the 14. It's a gain of 6. And a new set of downs for the Panthers. It's first down, Perry.
It's definitely, all things considered, this has definitely been a great game for both sides. They're definitely showing they have great players. They're definitely showing they have great quarterbacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Hoover getting out to that 21-0 lead in the first quarter. It was 28-14 at halftime. As a matter of fact, it was a 21-14 ball game at one point. Here's Treehorn on 1st and 10, rolling left, going towards the left corner. It's 2 out of the way for anyone to get, as that was Evan Sporrell, the nearest man there in the left corner of the end zone, but only problem is it was 2 out of bounds, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
They're definitely going to have to make sure they don't make another one of those things. They're going to have to make sure the guys are there.
Oh, definitely. 10:29 left to go in the game. Vikings 35, Panthers 14 here on the Q92 Sports Network. Here in week number 8 of the regular season. It's hard to believe that postseason play will take place 3 weeks from tonight. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. In the shotgun is that looks to be Foster. As he'll take it up the middle. It is. He spins out of an initial tackle, and he's down at the what looks to be the 11-yard line. Hard-earned gain of about 3. We have a whistle here. And one of the Panthers is down. 10:18 left to go in the game. We'll take a break. It's Hoover 35, Perry 14. We'll tell you who it is when we return with high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Welcome back, everybody, and this is a big one for Perry. It's Nasir Foster as he's limping towards the sideline gingerly here, as he's kind of been the workhorse towards this Panther offense, and he is walking off on his own power, but there is a significant limp, and we'll see if he'll be back into this game before the conclusion of it. Jonathan Lemon in the shotgun on 3rd and 2, another Wildcat, but there is a flag down in the backfield, multiple flags now, and they might get Perry for a false start.
I would say.
Dead ball. False start.
Yep.
Offense. Everybody but center.
That's the best.
You alls.
We love a good everybody but the center on a false start. It's kind of like a forbidden fruit, you know?
Yeah, everybody doesn't hate center.
Yeah. 3rd and 7. It's backed up now at the 11. Here's Lemon giving it to Connor Shepard, who goes through the middle of the hole. He's down at inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. But out of that gain of 4, it'll be 4th and 3. 9:45 and counting left to go in the game. And if Perry kind of wants any shot at this big comeback effort, they need to convert here, and they honestly need to score a touchdown.
Definitely. They're definitely going to have to strike now or time's up.
All right, 9.5 left to go. Here's Lemon in the shotgun. Panther fans down here cheering him on. They send a man in motion. It's Caleb Lawhon. Here's the snap. It's a give to Shepard. Diving across the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown, Perry.
And time was not up.
Not dead yet. Connor Shepard reaches across the plane, and it is now a 35-19 ball game.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, we're saying it all right. Or I beg your pardon, 35-20. On to try the extra point for the Panthers. Bryce DiStefano. Snap good, hold down, kick on its way, and the kick is good. 9:16 left to go in the game. It's Hoover 35, Perry 21. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
This is head coach Spencer Lino from the Perry Panthers. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
9:16 left to go in the game. It's Perry 35, Hoover 21. Or excuse me, gosh, it's Hoover 35, Perry 21.
They wish.
Oh my goodness. Can you tell it's my bedtime? I'm kidding. Well, the Panthers will kick it off back deep. Jack Andes to receive. On to boot it away is Bryce DiStefano.
We're up for some Pac-12 after dark.
Yes, we are. Hoover playing a little bit shallow, like they could be doing a squib. They do. It takes a high bounce, and it'll be returned at the 23. Now fallen on top of by Andes as he tried to pick it up off the ground, but the angle that the ball took, it just was in a spot where Andes had to dive for it. So Hoover gets the ball back, 9:13 left to go. And with the way their running game has gone, it's going to be an instance where Hoover could take some significant time off the clock. Nasir Foster is back into the game at safety, but seems to be doing good. John Collins, some good news for the Vikings, back in at quarterback. One receiver left, two to the right. Collins in the shotgun. The running back to his right hip is number 30, Ryan Crawford. Collins takes the snap, gives it to Crawford, left side, as he's brought down at the 27-yard line, make it the 28. Gain of about 3 or 4, as that'll bring up second and medium here. Ball is on the 28. It'll be a second down and 6. Officially a gain of 4 for Ryan Crawford, who's coming and did a nice job here in relief in terms of getting some touches here to keep Hoover's momentum going, driving down the field, all that good stuff. One receiver left, two to the right. Collins shotgun, Carpenter the back again, this time at his right hip. And Collins takes the snap. We'll give it to Crawford, I should say, past the 30, down to the 34. And that looks to be right at the marker. And it's going to be about 3rd and 1. Only a 5-yard gain. He needed 6, so now it'll be a 3rd and a yard here with 8:13 left to go in the game. Hoover just trying to milk this down as much as they can. As we are now under 8 minutes left to go. One receiver left, two right. Play clock is at 7. As Collins in the shotgun takes the snap, gives it Crawford, first down and more. Breaking out of a tackle, 40. Brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 9 and a first down for the Vikings as they move the chains there on the ground. Fans, as a reminder, once this one is all said and done, make sure you stay tuned for the postgame show with me as we will have analysis, look at the scoreboard, and we'll wrap it up here at Hoover. And stay tuned for Robert's postgame interviews on our social media, X, Instagram, and Facebook pages at Q92 Radio Sports. 1st and 10, one receiver left, two right. Ball spotted on the Hoover 42. Collins in the shotgun, Crawford to his right hip. He gets the snap, gives it to Crawford again. Up the middle, Crawford. Down to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and that'll bring up a second down and 7. It'd be a herd of Panthers, right? Do you know the correct animal group definition?
Go for pride.
Pride, yes, the pride of Panthers.
Maybe, yeah.
We can do that for sure. 6:52 and counting. We thank you for making us a part of your Friday night plans, as we've been loving being here in North Canton. The Vikings are 6:39 and counting away from being 7-1. One receiver left, two right. As this is Crawford breaking a tackle, but not escaping another. A flag flies in from the secondary, however. On the stop there for the Panthers was Caleb Lawhon, but if this flag is against Perry, that could be really dangerous. And it's going to be a hold on Hoover. No official word yet from our referee, but he's going to address the crowd right now.
Holding. Offense number 88. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
It's going to be Aiden Cavanaugh being called for the hold.
The fans being lively today.
Yes, they are. 6:27 now. Left to go in quarter number 4 and counting as the Vikings trying to get out of this long yardage situation. 2nd and 17. One receiver left, 4 to the right. Now they send the running back, Michael Lamline, into the game. He gets tripped up at the 35. They're going to say he got another yard, just to 1 on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 16. Just trying to line this clock as much as they can up by 2 scores. And for Perry, they're in a good spot here, but they need to stop them. Because once they do that, they have a good amount of time to make this a 1-score game. And an onside kick, depending on where time's at and all that good stuff, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it all depends here for Perry. Who knows? We've seen stranger.
Empty backfield for Collins. He'll throw on 3rd and 17. He wanted to do a screen. It wasn't there. He'll just throw it out of bounds and complete. A flag is down at the 39. Hoover will hold everything, and Collins is a little slow to get up. He is getting up in his own power, however. And it looks as though this is going to be against the Vikings because one of the side judges is talking to head coach Spencer Leno at Perry, seeing what he want to do. All right, 5:23 left to go in the game. Hoover will have to punt on a 4th and 17. And for Perry, they have the opportunity now to get it to a 1-possession game. It's just that you kind of have to go fast. You have all 3 timeouts, however. You definitely want to get that onside kick. A little bit of a high snap for Andes, but he catches it. Short punt. And it's going to take a bounce inside the 35 and be down at around the Perry 37-yard line. 5:12 left to go in the 4th. Both teams will switch units as Perry will get the ball down 2 scores. Robert, what do you think Perry should do in order to score and, most importantly, score quick?
As I said before in the keys of victory, and I'm going to go back to it again, in my opinion, they should go for the vertical passing attack. They have a lot of room in the backfield. They could make it work.
All right, we'll see if they do. 2 receivers left and right. They'll start with a run with Jonathan Lemon, breaking out of an initial tackle, 45, down to 49. It's a first down on the gain of 12. Ball spotted at the Perry, 49. It's a first down for the Panthers. They're going to actually spot it at the 50, gain of 13. Twins left and right. Treharn in shotgun, takes the snap, looks left, throws that way, it's caught. This is Jaden Wilson out of bounds at the 42. Pass play that goes for 8, actually make it to 43, so it's a 7-yard pass play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 3. Nice, effective chunk plays here for the Panthers. A 13-yard run, an 8-yard pass. Or should I say a 7-yard pass at that? Excuse me. 2 receivers left and right. Treharn in the shotgun. Lemon the back to his right hip. They send a man in motion left to right, and Evan Lawbacher. Treharn takes the snap. Looking long. He'll let it fly. Down the left side. 1-on-1 ball. Incomplete. He wanted Jaden Wilson, but hang on. We do have a flag in the secondary. On the coverage was number 29, Carson Morris. It's pass interference, but it was underthrown, and Morris was the nearest target, so It might be PI, but on who? Here's our referee for the answer.
Pass interference. Offense number 3. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
Ooh, that's Jaden Wilson, so that's a killer. .441 left to go. As that now backs up the Panthers into their own side of the field. As the ball will be spotted at the 42. Second and long here for Perry. And official will be second down and 18. Two receivers line up wide left and the right. Trehard in the shotgun, Lemon the back to his right hip. Here's the snap. Trehard looking to pass with time. Looking left, going left. Deep downfield. Now the middle of the field. It's incomplete. Wanted to get it to Jaden Wilson. Just seemed to be a little bit of miscommunication because Wilson looked like he was just running an out route straight going long. And Trehard just threw it in between the hashes in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that could have been if they were there. It's definitely going to have to be a thing of there wasn't that great of options open, but that was his best option.
Yeah, that was good coverage downfield by the Vikings secondary as they now have a 3rd and 18 coming up. 4:33 left to go in the game. Twins left and right. Trehard in the shotgun. Lemon the back to his right hip. Play clock's at 4. They send a man in motion. Play clock down to 1. And they get it off. Quick throw on a screen. It's going to be Lemon on a juggle and a catch 40. 45 Lemon, 50, past the 50, diving at the 44-yard line. And that's going to make it a 4th and very manageable. Great effort there by Jonathan Lemon. Ball is spotted on the Hoover 44. It'll be a 4th and 4. And for Perry, I wouldn't say this is the game, but you definitely need this. Also, win probability for Hoover spikes up. Trehard throws left side. Wilson caught it. He went upstairs for it, and forward progress will give him the first down. He was tackled about a yard shy of the sticks, but he caught it about a yard or two ahead of it. It's a first down, 3:52 left to go here in the ballgame. All the credit in the world to these Panthers. When it got tough, they did not back down. Two receivers left and right. Trehard in the shotgun takes a snap. 4-man rush. Looking left. Throw on a slide. It's going to be incomplete. Wanted to get it to Jaden Wilson at around the 31. Game clock is at 3:36, so they'll put 2 seconds back on the clock here.
That was weird.
That sound? What is going on?
People look puzzled.
What on earth is happening?
It might be the marching band.
That's the audio system. Perry wants a flag. They finally stop it. The referee has his flag in his pocket. Oh. I'm stunned. One receiver left. Trips right. They do it again. The speakers are on. They're screening for Jonathan Lemon. They're having technical malfunctions. Lemon's getting out at the 30. A flag is down. I'll tell you what. Been doing this is my 4th season here, and you kind of expect the same.
You know, I had this famous story from my freshman year.
Is it the band?
It might be. It sounds like a bells, because I'm a marching band veteran. That sounds like bells. Like the chime bells, kind of you see like the percussion have. They're kind of like down there, like in a quad.
Oh, man.
Offense number 10. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Wow. Spencer Lino is about to lose a gasket because they got a hold on Perry, but not a flag for the sound.
I always remember my freshman year marching in the band. A kid got ran over by a Scooby-Doo balloon during the Hall of Fame parade.
Oh, my gosh.
He was okay as far as I'm aware.
2nd and 13. Treehorn screens it. Lemon, 40. Jonathan Lemon brought down to the 35-yard line. On the tackle was Carter Lukens. And that'll be a pass play of 5. Down at the 35-yard line. 3rd and 8 upcoming. One receiver left, trips right. Treyharn in the shotgun, Lemon in his right hip. Treyharn to throw. He steps up, screens it. Lemon, 30. And he's brought down to the 27-yard line. It's going to be close to that marker. Carter Lukens on the tackle, and it's going to be a first down. And this is a very well put together drive here, Robert, by this Perry offense. The only problem is I feel like they're just taking a lot of time off the clock. We're at 2:44 and counting.
It's definitely been an interesting game besides the sound speakers.
Well, trips left, one right. And
oh my God.
It feels as we have multiple flags down. They hit a man inside the 7, getting out of a tackle 5. He's down at the 4. That's going to be Evan Laubacher. Multiple flags fly in as this is just become interesting. Now we have an injury.
10-yard penalty, first down, timeout for an injury.
One of the Panthers is down on his back. For the hold, it was number 58, Ryder Ward. We'll step aside. 2:22 left to go in this one. It's Hoover 35, Perry 21. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Welcome back, everybody. That was Evan Laubacher, who got hit a little low, fell on his back, and got a little dinged up, but he's running off on his own power. As what has been, what I can honestly say, one of the more weird drives that I've ever seen broadcasting games, due to the loudspeakers and multiple flags and everything going on.
I think that was holding on the part of the xylophones.
Oh, man. Well, it seems as though they got it all figured out here. 2 receivers left and right, and going down is Treehorn. Jack Sarko on the sack as we'll approach the 2-minute mark here in the 4th quarter.
I think that was Jamaican music, so that was Jamaican me crazy. That kind of stuck.
My gosh. 2nd and 26 on a loss of 6. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Treehorn screen to Lemon. Gets out of a tackle, 40. Lemon cutting to his left, staying on his feet, 35. Diving it around the 33-yard line. He makes the most of it. It's a gain of 11. Now it's a 3rd and manageable. But it's a minute 32 and going, and now we have a timeout called.
Timeout, Perry. They're first.
So this timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. Hey, it's time to bring a friend into the family. So $1:32 left to go. And we talked about it before this drive, Robert, how Perry kind of needed to have speed to it in order to have any kind of chance. And I hate to say it, but there just was none on that drive. It took about 4 minutes off the clock here and down 2 scores. I felt like it kind of had to go faster. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely they had to go faster. That Perry is a fast team, but they definitely were lacking, except in the second half, the second quarter of this game. They really showed it, but past that, they haven't really showed a lot of it.
That's where 14 of their 21 points in this one came from in quarter number 2. 1 receiver left, trips right. Cameron Trehon, the quarterback, in shotgun. To his right hip is Jonathan Lemon. And Trehorn takes a snap, looks left, throws it, complete. It's Jaden Wilson along the left side. Wilson inside the 25 to about the 22. That's going to move the chains for Perry, and we have a timeout called by the Panthers, so they will use their second. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Minute 19 left to go in this one. Vikings 35, Panthers 21. Perry with the football, trying to make this a one-score game. They only have one timeout, however. Ball spotted at the 22. Two receivers left, two to the right. It's Trehorn in the shotgun. Lemon to his left hip. Trehorn takes the snap. Drops back to pass on a three-step drop. Now hit as he throws it deep for the end zone. Incomplete. That was number 11, Carter Lukens, on the pressure. That'll turn the ball over on downs. And Hoover will have this one under wraps and be a 7-1 football team through the first day. A very impressive season for Hoover in 2025, Robert.
One of the best seasons I can remember them having.
Absolutely, especially in recent memory. The best in Brian's Baum career, I'm sure. For Baum, this is...
I believe it's his fourth season here.
It's season number 11.
11, okay. I was wrong.
For Baum.
Way off.
64 and 49. It's just one of those nights, folks, where we don't know what's going on at all. Oh, it's all good, though. Here comes Hoover's offensive unit. Collins out there. Andy's the back. They're going to go into victory formation. They were up 21-0 at one point. Had a 21-14 lead. They scored by responding with 2 touchdowns, and they never look back. As they are just 60 seconds and counting away. They might have to do it. They will have to do it, as a matter of fact, kneel it down one more time to get their 7th win of the season here in Week 8. Great performance from John Collins. Jack Andes coming back from injury. Collins ended up getting injured, his ankle. He just needed to sit out the Perry drive, and the next time the offense came out, he was right back there for it. And then our results to your ball game. You can put a tally in the win column for the Hoover Vikings. They win it 35-21 over the Panthers and are now 7-1. And depending on what happens in the McKinley-Lake game, if Lake loses, and that is official. There was a moment of silence there because of the fact that we just got word that McKinley has beaten Lake 24-21. The Bulldogs have clinched a share of the Federal League title, at least a share. And that means with Lake losing, Hoover is now in sole possession for the moment of second place in the Federal League. We'll step aside, and then it's the postgame show coming up next here on high school football's coverage for Q92 Sports, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Welcome in, everybody, to the high school football postgame show on the Q92 Sports Network. Matt Corrali alongside you here from Memorial Stadium in North Canton, where the Vikings are winners 35-21 over the Perry Panthers. Hoover is 7-1 through the first 8 games of the year. Hoover ended up going out to a 21-0 first quarter lead, but Perry fought back. They managed to get it to within a score at one point, 21-14, but Hoover responded in the final moments of the first half. They ended up going to the break up 28-14, and then all a touchdown was needed, and then for each team to put this one into wraps. Let's take a look at our high school football scoreboard. We mentioned it right before we went to break as this one was ending. McKinley holds off Lake. They booted it away. They gave the Blue Streaks one more chance, and then they came up with an interception to seal it, a 24-21 win, meaning McKinley clinches at least a share of the Federal League title for the 4th consecutive year. Green takes down Louisville. The first time this year they have won back-to-back games by the final of 27-14. They are now 3-5. Louisville drops to 5-3. Alliance, 4:44 left in that game over West Branch, 34-28. They were down 34-14 at half. Flip over to AM 1310 WDPN and here on the YouTube stream for the ending of that one with Sam Berkwin. Along with other games going on in the area, Minerva, in a defensive battle, takes down Marlington by the final of 7-0. Northwest, another defensive game, takes down Tuslaw by 13-12 in a Pac-7 showdown. And for the matchup between Jackson and Glen Oak, the Polar Bears look to be heading to a 3-1 record in the Federal League, joining Hoover for second place. They're up 21-10 in the fourth quarter. Some other games going on in the area. Canton South's a winner over Fairless, 31-14 at home. Massillon takes down the Cornerstone Warriors 45-20. And Claymont takes care of Sandy Valley at home by the score of 43-3. We'll come back, then we will wrap it up here from North Canton. You're listening to the high school football postgame show on the Q92 Sports Network.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football postgame show on the Q92 Sports Network. I'm Matt Corrali. Well, this one's a final here in Hoover. The Vikings take care of Perry 35-21. We also just got an update on this Alliance and West Branch game. Alliance facing a 4th and 12 from their own 37 with 2:40 left to go, trying to come back once again, and we'll see if they'll be able to do so. Well, when it comes to the Vikings, they are 7-1, 3-1 in the Federal League. They are now tied for second in the league with Jackson, as McKinley, with their win, has clinched at least a share of the league title. And coming up next for the Vikings, it'll be a date in this building with the Green Bulldogs, who are now 3-5, but they do have to deal with a dynamic offense led by Tyson Hunka. And for Perry, they dropped to 4-4. 1-3 in league play. As up next for the Panthers, they will have to, for Perry, they will welcome in Green. Still a tough contest over at Keith Wakefield Stadium with Tyson Hunka and that dynamic offense. For Hoover, they will be heading on the road to Lake in what should be a really intriguing matchup, 7-1 versus 6-2. And we can't wait for that one coming up here in week 9 in just a week from now. Well, we're about to sign up, but first, got to thank some people as well. We want to thank our engineers and our game recorders back in our Alliance studio in the forms of Jake Matronia, Ryan Rainsberg, and Katie Duerman. We thank you very much for helping us out on the technical side of things with the stream. We want to thank, of course, you, the listener, and of course, we want to thank our sponsors as well for kickoffs this season. It's Regional EMS timeout sponsors this year, Friends and Family Credit Union, our Red Zone sponsor, RG Drag, and our title sponsor, of course, the Sarshone Auto Group. Coming up next week, in week 9 of the high school football season, we will have a fantastic slate for you in what some call it a little bit of a trap game, maybe trap week, with rivalry week coming up next. As in week 9, here is our schedule. Robert and I will be in Tiger Town at Massillon Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, as the Tigers will take on the Warren G. Harding Raiders. We'll also have that Green and Perry game next week for you. Northwest will be taking on Fairless over in Navarre. They'll have Q92 Sports will have that game for you. They will also have the contest between Hoover and Lake on the stream. Also in the EBC, it's Minerva taking on Alliance over at Mount Union. Our AM 1310 WDPN game will be the West Branch Warriors, who are nearly close to taking down the Alliance Aviators against the Carrollton Warriors. It'll be Carrollton and West Branch in our AM 1310 WDPN game. And then our Q92 game of the week, it's McKinley and Jackson. The Bulldogs sharing a clinch or a spot of the Federal League title. They'll have to go on the road to Robert Fife Stadium to take on the Jackson Polar Bears, in what should be a fun one. If Jackson wins that showdown 3-1, or they would be, I believe it'd be 4-1. Same with McKinley. Could Jackson clinch a share? We'll have to crunch the numbers and see, but it would definitely put them in a good position with a win. So, for Robert Coleman and our entire hardworking men and women on our Q92 sports crew, my name is Matt Corrali, saying so long from North Canton, where once again your final, the Vikings 35 and the Panthers 21, saying good night from Memorial Stadium, and we will see you next week in Massillon. So long, everybody.